This is esports. You think esports? This is FTC.
All right, welcome everybody to another Waifu Dome Online. This is Callisto here. We're going to be bringing you a Granblue versus PS4 Net Play tournament today, just like we did last week. So a slightly smaller bracket, but we have a lot of really strong players in it. So joining me today on the microphone are my good friends St. Cola and Zach in a Box. Say hello, fellas.
What's good?
What's going on, people?
I'm here with Mr. Worldwide St. Cola today. He's been everywhere in the commentary realm. California, I forgot the rest of the places, but yeah, he's been putting
this
in
man
work
has definitely not rested. When we were unable, when there are no offline mics to Vulture, this man will find them on the internet. It's a hacker.
You know me, circling around looking for the scraps to pick apart. You know, today's on the menu is going to be some Granblue Fantasy. And you know I'm about that game. I've been playing this. I've been getting wrecked in it. We got some strong killers out here in the Midwest scene, and we've included, let's see, we have Illinois. We've included a few other regions, haven't we? Right?
A couple other states.
Yeah, we added Michigan, Minnesota. You know, the original lineup was Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Iowa. The connections are not, you know, the best in the world, but they're serviceable, right? When they are what we have to work with, they're usable. So up first, we're going to have Rip Torn, probably playing Beelzebub. Going to be going up against Kenny, a.k.a. Kenneth. Okay, it looks like Charlotte. I know he entered last night for the low kick tournament. It had a grand avatar, but I didn't get to see his actual matches to see how he played. So
that's just to scare people. You know, you have the grand avatar.
Bro, it's a mix. Yeah, when someone has a different lobby avatar than the character they play, the worst is like when they play like your worst matchup and you start getting super prepared for it. And then they play like fucking Vasaraga or something, and you're like, what?
Like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, Rip Torn definitely starts a little zoning heavy in most of his matches. Nice air-to-air with the JU.
This character has a bunch of great normals. Its fireball can be really good in certain matchups. And the spin move, super safe. Just throw it in block strings.
And you throw it out neutral, to be honest, right? Like,
yeah, it smashes everything in front of him.
Yeah, and B dive being plus on block makes this character have like a lot of great theory.
Nice, ran under, got the mix on the other side. This fireball for Beelzebub is really good too, because Charlotta, that's probably her primary weakness as a character, is like not having good tools other than roll and spot dodge to deal with fireballs, and his fireballs cover more ground in different timings than most. Oh, nice combo off the wall bounce.
Wow, you have to pick up.
You got that combo because Kenny tries to like roll.
Oh, scoops! Nice. Tick command grab super. It's such a weird super because it is like, it's objectively a terrible super, right? It has awful range.
We talked about this last night, right?
Yeah. It has very, very bad range. But he's just not a character who you're expecting to command grab you. And I do believe if the flash happens and you haven't already jumped, you're got.
You cannot jump after the flash.
Overhead throw.
That's one of the things, like, even though it might not have a lot of range, on defense, like, especially with a character like with Charlotta, who has to be close to you, it's a mix if you're trying to medium.
Yeah, good pickup off that it's Karma there.
Ooh, big JU.
Yeah, this is big. See how much he's going to spend? Not much.
Baits it out. A little too far to punish, but this is fine.
Yeah,
you had mentioned, like, just throwing out the Tatsu there. This should be the rounds. Yeah, Rip Torn. Looking pretty good in game one.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, you see that, you know, there's been some opportunities from Kenny. He got some of the hits in the corner, but Rip Torn still fighting out, finding space, still getting the job done.
I like how Rip Torn's using this character effectively. A lot of people who play Bubs, they're not used to not being able to like cash out or spin that meter wisely, because you want to have the spin ready to go, right? So a lot of people might use that in the neutral, like they might do the EX dive in the air, but then that's gone. Rip Torn, using smart usage of his normals, of his specials, to be able to hold that pressure and keep things down. That's how you play Bubs.
Yeah, and like the little spear ball that sucks you in, you actually want the EX one for the anti-air, because you get so much damage off an anti-air with Beelzebub. But its cooldown is significantly higher, especially even in regular.
Yeah, something you got to put in your combos and can't be thrown out neutral. He's one of those characters like he's very technical compared to the rest of the cast. I'd probably say he's up there. Yeah, relatively to the rest of the cast. He takes a lot of study, more than what we see on the other screen on the other side of Charlotta. But that's no offense, you gotta have that variety of characters. One that has to think of
this game is relatively simple, so when the character is a little bit more involved, it may feel like a lot more. But yeah, Kenny, keep going with the overhead. It ain't broke.
Yeah, keep going with it.
Yeah.
EX on the other side, good teleport, catches him again. Yes.
Yeah. Once you're squarely on the ground, you cannot jump after that super flash.
And Rip is using, he's being really smart, right? He waits for the knockdown, then he goes for the teleport. Not just doing it like raw and neutral, because you get clipped doing that. I should know. But man did it right. He had the setup. Now he's on the final round.
Yeah, Kenny hasn't been doing a terrible job of rolling the fireballs, though. It's just, he hasn't been able to really keep the pressure on, He's using, 5H.
That distance, too.
Yeah. One of those reasons why you keep EX Sphere available. Got a bunch of damage just off a far 5H.
There's the EX slash to the block ball right after. Good jumping with that blessed L. DP. Oh, what interaction of the clash? Back to neutral.
Yeah,
this is where Beelzebub wants to be.
Yeah, right? And if you end up blocking the charge Beef Fireball far away, then he can actually teleport it in. Oh, DP. Here we go. Pressure time. Yeah, that's the mix-up. Oh, yeah.
That's the mix-up. Are they going to wake up with it or not?
Or are they going to wake up with Command Grab Super? Because it's going to catch you if you try to jump the Command Grab Super, but it's also...
Right.
This is one of the sickest parts of the game to me. How like the windscreen is the end of a Super Skybound that finishes the round will kind of like become the special ender.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
A lot of flair in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things that just happen. Like just the amount of care I feel like that's put into the aesthetics and feel of this game has really got me to play it.
But that was a good round. I mean, that was a good match in general. You could tell that Rip really knew how to use fight in that matchup, and that's a matchup I think Beelzebub does really well in. The demon flips don't come out for free. He's got a lot of great anti-airs and a way to stop this character, and that stubby range that Charlotta has really prevents her from starting her game. And you saw Rip just taking advantage of that. So
yeah, and I actually enjoyed Kenny. He knew like, okay, I'm just gonna wait and roll through fireballs. He just couldn't get it done in the pressure end, so something to look into. Like once you do get what you want, that corner pressure, to really use it to your advantage, because he went for a lot of overheads and then eventually Rip Torn adapted and was blocking them or even challenging them.
Yeah, you have to review the tapes. I did like however, that he baited the DP and kind of went for a punish. It was kind of a weird interaction, so that's something you have to look for later, because Beelzebub has a lot of ways to anti-air. So it's something to study later on. Okay, if I bait out the DP, what's my maximum punish on this? Because it's kind of a funky DP.
Oh yeah.
When it ends, it doesn't feel like it ends, but it is it's active for more than you think. So you can get a better punish than you think, but you have to know. It just looks fun. It's just like one of those that just looks weird, right? So you got to be prepared with that.
A lot of punishes
you'll be able to do so.
A lot of punishes in this game you like have to actively practice. If you block a light DP from Gran, it's like a lot quicker than you would realize from most DPs in other games. So like you just have to be super ready. It's something, people talk about the strength of characters in this game and whatnot, but this is a game where you actively have to study and practice all the characters, even if there's some weaker characters. You still have to practice against them. It's not like you can just run them over.
I mean, that's what happens when you have a game that's quote unquote simpler. You have to look at more minute things to kind of catch and make those matchups work out. Even if you win those matchups, to solidify how you play against other people, you find those minute things. So, are we having Callisto jump on the sticks? Is that what's next for us?
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna run myself first, bright side.
Okay. Oh wow.
All right.
I'm curious, because what's a game y'all have played? I guess Street Fighter 4.
Not even.
Did you play Samurai Shodown?
Brightside was like primarily a Marvel 3 player back then.
Yeah.
So we played one match of Samurai Shodown, which is the only tournament match I ever played of that game, where I opened with like standing medium and he opened with deflect and then hit me with Super Sky or Super Special at the beginning of the round for 80%.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this game.
Like, I'm done.
It was like instant. It was like the fastest I've ever noped out of a game.
You got that taste, and you're like, I'm good. I'm full. Thank you. No more for me.
He did play El Forte in Street Fighter 4. There were a couple of EXP tournaments where he did show up. I don't know if you were actually there, but yeah, I think both Brightside and Callisto have been in the scene for what is pretty much almost a decade now.
Yeah, I believe he's been around a bit longer than I was.
Right.
Again, like primarily a Marvel 3 player back in the day. We did play one online set in this game before,
Okay.
but that was like probably a month ago at this point. He mostly smoked me. It was Gran against Catalina. He's been dabbling with a lot of different characters. Mostly playing Gran in tournament, but he's kind of doing the thing where like he learns a little bit of each character to kind of learn how they work to help to figure out the matchup.
That's what I do. Obviously, I do that too.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's clearly what what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Very
that is
different.
something I did though, is that when I wanted to learn a character, I played them. But the problem is when there's so many cool characters, like you just want to gravitate towards one as your actual main. So that happened to me a lot.
It is a matter of like, man, that's how you know a game is good. Like a good fighting game is like really like something that you really like is when you look at the characters like, man, I wish I could do that. Let me test this character out. Like sometimes I look at Percy and I'm like, that dude just exudes coolness. Like, why can't I have that?
He
why
has
can't I
some
have
of the cleanest color palettes, for sure. I feel like the only problem with Percy is, in my opinion, his best weapon is that rainbow one. But none of his colors really match it. But the sword by itself is so sick.
Oh yeah, I need to start unlocking. The only time I ever see like character like the weapon skins and stuff like that, and I'm sure this might be for some other people too, who are watching. It's when I watch this stream or when I see you play. That's like the only time I get to see like the extra stuff. The unlocks in this game are a little bit ridiculous. But with the quarantine that we've got going on, there's plenty of time to unlock stuff.
For sure. Plenty of time to learn.
Plenty of time to play Final Fantasy VII.
A few more days.
Yes, but yeah, I just remembered Brightside's name in this game. But yeah, we're gonna have Brightside versus Callisto. Brightside.
Let's refer to as Brightside.
Yeah.
Now Brightside's one of those disrespectful players.
Without a doubt.
Listen. I fought him. I believe it was him.
Believe in victory.
Light DP.
Yeah,
light DP,
no, that was last week. He just light DP'd in your face times in a row. So he'll definitely test you. That's like a definitely very Chicago OG mindset. It's just like you're just gonna be disrespectful if they're not doing anything about it.
Right. Like
I'm trying to roll fire. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Roll the fireball and then block, because if they follow up the fireball with a boot, it's kind of meaty if you spot dodge the fireball. But if you roll, it hits at a punishable range.
Yeah.
That's already a smart idea too, to like get rid of the fireball. You don't want to take too much chip in this game. Like I see a lot of people blocking the fireballs, so I'm like, just spot dodge.
Yeah.
You avoid the chip, you avoid the damage.
Yeah.
You want to keep that
At
on.
the very least, spot dodge, but also Callisto's talked about if you roll forward and they committed to a boot already, you actually get a punish on that boot at most ranges. So that's good knowledge from Callisto.
That's actually I saw that from Chris Chaos last week. Was showing that off against Kilo, and pretty universal. Oh no, that's a bad punish.
Second.
Now you're in the corner against Grant. Okay, doesn't want to deal with any of that.
Okay, back to mid screen, back to neutral.
All right.
Full screen boot.
Yeah.
Tired of playing the neutral.
Wasn't punishable at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like that Brightside actually figured that out now. He's not booting
nice
after.
punishment to you.
Yeah. He's not booting after a roll. Cat has the corner.
That was
This is
expensive.
where life could.
Woo!
All it takes is a second. Now sides are switching here.
Yeah, I'm not
Hey.
doing anything till all those resources are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both
you don't
EX
want to get touched.
Away. Right
Good
now.
tech for both players.
2H.
2H. Oh, the sweep.
Oh, okay, got it out. And now Catalina has the corner, which is super huge. Oh, caught it.
Oh, you fucked
Big
up.
damage. Oh, you
Dead?
definitely fucked up.
You might be dead. That's gonna be
Yeah.
close.
My
He might be alive.
I think he's dead. What do you think?
I think he's done. Call it. This is Cat, dude.
It's Cat. Yeah, it's Cat. Of course. Oh, we were.
Oh my God! Just a centimeter, just a tiny bit. But look at what's going on though.
Oh! I knew the boot was coming. He was gonna do boot for chip and then try to DP me for chip, and I was trying to call it out.
Too preemptive. Unfortunate.
2 steps too far ahead. Both around the piece. Oh wow!
That jump in whiffed?
Oh, 2H.
2H?
Oh, I missed the
Big pickup.
EX
The
thrust.
pickup, but look at how much damage was still lost. Alright, great block.
I can't believe he didn't overhead after that.
He still has a couple of
All right.
EX
I can't believe he didn't
available.
DP after the over. Oh no.
Oh,
Back
That
up EX.
sucks.
You're done. Whoa.
Nice.
I pressed forward for like a frame.
Yeah.
I stopped blocking for literally 1 frame, and the boot threaded the needle.
That's something
The boot
I've
doesn't
actually
hit.
been experimenting with. Is instead of walking forward and back, it's sometimes just walk forward and press block button just in case.
Oh,
I've
I
been
knew
getting
it.
hit by thrust, EX boot like that in the same way.
Why does
Callisto
his
just-
fireball lean him so far back?
It almost like reels the hitbox back, almost like a little bit of a dodge. This character has so many weird
Oh wow!
interactions.
Look
with
at,
the
oh
train.
my god.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Yes, that's
Gran-
the thing about Gran.
Gran is
His auto
unbeatable
combo-
in clashes.
Yes, his auto combo picks him up, makes him airborne. Look at it, airborne, DP out of the corner, side switching, big damage. Yep, thrust in the corner,
Just
overhead.
having his EXs, so right now, the one
Ah,
hit
fuck,
actually.
I pushed the button. God, this character's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yes, from a Catalina player.
Yeah, it's Catalina if her fucking fireball dodged fucking jump-ins.
They're punishing the boot.
And then gets the screen position.
Yeah, the screen position that where Catalina is clean.
Yes, this is where she wants to put you. That's why she has what she has. The thrust to take you to the corner. She's got all the EX meter also off the fireball. Those things will set up a game
5-8,
plan.
Still getting the wall bounce from that far away.
Big damage.
Close M.
Safe jump.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All
2L just
I
backing
need
away.
that thrust.
Right
There it
side,
is.
Oh!
Ooh, yo,
Sorry.
the pickup off the boot. Sit down.
2Ming the boot.
That 5H almost whipped on the wall bounce. That was scary.
We gotta think about how he's feeling. He is facing Cat, and I mean the range on this character's normal on the M normals. Can do pretty well, but here we go. Air throw or normal throw.
Cat pressure in the corner.
Oh,
That's
I
-4,
knew it.
But
That was
DP afterwards. Yeah, that's a bright side classic at this point.
Oh,
nice one.
what? Does that even
What?
have recovery?
No.
I'd rather block it, honestly.
Ah.
Yeah, to be honest, it's better to block than try to punish it and you whiff.
Oh, he missed it.
Not a big jump and not off that. Nice moving through. Man, Callisto's moving really good.
But
It doesn't matter when the EX boot. Waits
Uh,
a little bit.
oh,
go
wake
for
up,
the
sweet
throw,
super.
Don't get
Wait
touched.
for it. Ah! Fuck!
oh, it would have worked if you didn't matter.
Oh.
Right
All
side
right.
with the disrespect.
Right side, moving on in winners.
Yeah, it's what we like to call a close 2-0.
Yeah, very close to 0.
Yeah, that was definitely,
you know-
it was close though.
Yeah, 2-0, but it was close.
All right, so Bright Side
There
will
were
move
some good
on to face the winner of Monarch and Rip Torn.
Okay.
Monarch had a good showing last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
second
he
place.
reached third, right? Oh, no, second.
Third.
Was it third?
It was third.
Kilo.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, Chris
Kilo
Chaos was
won.
second.
Kilo won. Chris Chaos second, and then Monarch.
So we're gonna have another commentator match here. Actually, and a fairy mirror, I think. Hold on, not yet. Let me see.
Okay, not yet.
Let me see.
You holding off a little
D's
bit?
actually handling the stream queue. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're actually gonna have Frozen Facade and Trevor
Trevor?
up next. Whoop! I queued back up. No, this is my
Try to
cat.
get that run back.
No, sit
My
down.
stream, my run back, sit the hell down. But yeah, no, that was a very disrespectful match. But I feel like if you're Gran, you have to kind of play that way. You got the medium
Yeah.
normals that you had to deal with in the neutral from Catalina. So like to get in to set your pressure, to set your plus frames that you want to do. You know,
both characters melt your life in the corner
Oh, of
and have
course.
great corner pressure. So it's just a matter of risk until you get the corner, basically. But yeah,
Gran has a few more safer ways sometimes than Catalina. To be honest, at least in that matchup.
Yeah, I mean that's the primary difference in the characters, right? One of them is plus, while the other one is never plus, but can play from further away. Except in that matchup specifically, it's actually very, like Gran's buttons actually, they don't extend hurt boxes very far forward, even though they don't extend hitboxes very far forward. So they actually counter poke her surprisingly well. And I don't think enough Grans are using his 5U. His unique on the ground is bonkers. It's -5, it wall bounces on counter hit, it always soft knocks down. Like, it's actually crazy.
But next we have Zeta versus another Beelzebub.
Yeah, hopefully these two draw this match out because Existence is on.
Oh yeah, I'm
and we got
jamming out, yo.
It's the worst part when it's a blowout and it you don't get to the hype part.
I mean, honestly, like this team probably the best in the game. And in terms of this match, also, I think this is one of Beelzebub's matches where he can do work, but it just feels unstable. Like he's able to teleport on reaction to the dive. I'm sorry, yeah, like after the second dive, he can do that on reaction, but just the general pacing is kind of off. Hurt 2H, when it works, does a lot of damage and sets him in the corner, where he doesn't want to be, obviously. So we'll have to see how Trevor works here.
I could see this being like kind of bad for Bubs because his zoning is like his layer 1, right? His very fireball game, but she can kind of ignore that.
I mean, that full screen fireball just to eat through. But here we go. In the corner, nice.
We're at the high part.
I like that.
Oh, nice wave, but didn't really punish afterwards.
So gets a throw.
And Zeta has great corner pressure. Gonna use some of the EX.
Yeah.
Oh, no reaction to the that was, everyone got scared.
Yeah.
That could have been bad for either player.
Yeah, I think Trevor recognized that Frozen Facade had not committed to anything, and Frozen Facade realized that he was, like, fell for the mix-up. So everyone was like, oh no.
Frozen Facade, yeah, had the game-winning counter hit combo, but ended up dialing it out a little bit later anyway.
EX, that bar's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yo, put himself in the corner, doesn't matter.
Both players putting themselves in the corner, but now Buzz has corner control. Makes attack. Okay.
Use the counter. Nice. That's standing in. Overhead connects. DP get off.
Frozen Facade's been getting a decent amount of mileage of just jumping. Hasn't really been anti-aired too often. So that's been Frozen Facade's way in.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard against Zeta, right? Because she can kind of Wolfbuster down and, you know, like down forward. Yeah. We saw that a lot out of, I believe it was Fudo playing her in that Japanese 3-on-3 tournament, like just baiting out anti-airs. Oh, no!
Yeah, EX dive is actually very hard to anti-air if you don't have a EX.
But now all that meter, see, this is a good thing. Like he waited until that character was on low on health, then went for it, and now he can just kind of chip away. He's got the EX fireball. Still coming back in a second here.
Oh, great bait! No, big punish.
Plus frames, yeah, you got to respect that on block.
The thing you have to realize is that when Bubs EX dives, like he won't have spin for a while, so it's probably a good idea to just hold down back.
Yeah, it's a really interesting mechanic in that the same timer is used for both an air move and a ground move. Actually, I think Zeta's the same, right? Oh, yo!
Wake up overhead!
Can we call that the Callisto special? Like that's in this game? Can we agree on that?
It's yours. It's yours.
Oh, you can take it.
Oh,
yo,
no.
dash up super. That's gonna do it.
His run speed's quite fast.
It's the dash. It just. I actually think I believe his dash is actually on the slower side, or maybe I'm bugging. But his dash is kind of weird. And again, like how people stop in this game is kind of weird too. Like the run stop in this game is kind of odd. So you might think it won't work, but it does.
You can't. I don't know the exact. It's like somewhere like 3 to 5 frames of recovery if you cancel a run into blocking. It'll cancel into everything but block instantly, but blocking specifically. Wow, just DP'd him.
Right. And yeah, there's the spins we're talking about. Just makes for a really just nice poke, especially in the corner. Oh.
Nice. Oh, got him with the guard player. Nice reaction, yeah. And something that I find helps me, your mileage may vary depending on what your character has. A lot of times in this matchup, I'll actually play kind of like the, a Cody Balrog style. I'll hold down medium and give that button up a neutral so that I can press forward plus skill and reaction DP the dives a little more reliably.
Ooh, speed of reactions. He jumped out of that super right there.
Good block on the overhead, and he challenged
big damage, though. Not enough to kill.
Trevor's playing really clean, actually.
Yeah,
there's a jump.
You, yeah, are probably... you know, up there with Gran and Cat with the best JU in the game.
Especially
And
you
it
can
can be
also
canceled
cancel.
at the dive too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
combos into EX dive on any hit.
Oh,
Nice
we
hold.
nailed it.
Yo!
Woo.
Block this, sir.
Oh,
Overhead
it got
connect,
counter hit.
counter.
Block. Okay. Yeah, Trevor is rolling this round. Yeah.
You could tell there was just not a big idea of how to deal with this character in the neutral, and it was already kind of difficult because usually, you know, you want to establish the screen space that you have with Zeta, and you know, poke away with M and not allow them to start up the zoning game, right? You know, obviously the spin kick is going to be an issue, right? But if you're not stuffing the air approaches, if you're not stuffing, you know, if you're not dominating the ground approach with the lasers and things like that, and getting your game plan going with the spear rushes, it's a done deal.
And while we're getting ready for our next match, want to hit the 895s. Of course, if you want to support our tournaments, the primary way is with the Matcherino, SSS Online 040420. That's also the coupon code to throw a free 50 cents into the pot. You can hit up teespring.com/the-waifu-dome to get this sick shirt with art by Quasimodox. I got to learn how to pronounce it. I'm going to hit him on Twitter, ask him that, actually. I feel bad not knowing how to pronounce people's handles. And, of course, you can hit us up on social. I have to update that Discord link because the permanent one changed, so ignore that one, but follow the rest. That's where you can find out updates for all of our tournaments. So up next, we're going to have HB playing Fairy up against Kilo, who was last week's champion.
We're on the intros. I love it. We're going to see two
Fairy.
top tier characters.
Yes, I mean, yes.
Top
That's
one
the
character
last
actually
thing.
on the screen. Yeah.
Both of these colors are really clean.
Yeah.
Actually, it is. I like the pink.
Yeah, I love any fairy that gives her like pets like a really cool color.
Yeah, like something other than the default color.
Yeah.
If you have the good weapon, like the legendary weapon unlocked from RPG mode, the PS4 color is definitely the best.
That's something I got to work on this week.
This
Zach, how do you-
match,
Check with the two.
I'm going to ask you, Zach, how do you feel about this match? Just in
yeah, this
general?
match like, can be pretty difficult because once boot is out and you don't stuff the startup of boot, and like any normal you press is gonna get clipped by boot. So you have to be
Empty
really
jump.
precise. But yeah, Kilo
This
almost
could be
unshipped.
spot dodge.
Yeah.
Yes, nice.
That's smart.
Saw the
Very,
flash.
saw the awareness right there, and HB looking strong against last week's champion.
So Gran's regular Skybound can be punished on block, but his Super Skybound, you have to spot dodge it in order to get a punish. But you have to be aware of how far away you are from him, because the Fireball takes a little bit to travel if you're further out, so you'll have to delay your spot dodge a little bit.
And HB has been doing just a great job of not being put in a situation where
Oh, there's the
Harry
boot.
has to guess, but yeah. But just as I say that, you have to like safe jump time, yeah. But great defense.
Oh,
from
no,
HB
and that's
until
the
I
round.
say that.
Did you
You
see
cursed him.
before you even got to the Skybound art? Did you see how much damage just his 5H after the overhead did?
Yeah, and then it went into a yeah, that came off a safe jump. So yeah,
Oh my
saw
God.
HB playing really well, but then you get put in this position, and yes, Fairy has a DP. It's kind of narrow though, and everything else, her 5L is kind of slow, or far 5Ls. Oh, but
All
caught
right,
spot
HB,
dodge
yeah, she
anyway.
did a good job fighting her way out of the corner. I like that she recognized that Kilo had backed up to kind of the edge of 2U range and went for the sweeps. But, oh my god, didn't even need
Yeah.
the super, the grand damage.
Yeah, that's the thing we
Deleted.
saw from Kilo last week is that he will reset the combo. He'll get a ground string, but then run up and try
Yes.
to overhead you for even more damage again.
And,
That's
and
what
there's a
HB got
really
caught.
nice point. After his second hit of his auto combo, he's slightly plus when he lands, so you can reset into a throw or overhead mix-up. And Kilo, definitely, we saw this last week, he has very fleshed out grand pressure, right?
Yes.
Like multiple layers, ready to confirm off of every hit. Like he's very, very lab intensive on what his options are in pressure. That oh wow, I can't
Oh,
believe
I
that
see
was
what you said
safe.
there. He
Yeah,
knew. He had it in his brain to dodge.
You know what?
You see the jump.
I like that because the spacing looked punishable, right? And if you're gonna be punished anyways, why not
Might as
let
well.
the spot dodge or the DP or something like that rip?
Yeah. Smart
Especially
stuff.
because you're not getting like a big punish on DPs.
Spot dodging
Yeah,
through.
Kilo's doing a great job of spot dodging or rolling after a cancel normal from Fairy. That's something that's super important. If you don't check that from Fairy, then she just gets to have free reign. Oh, big counter hit, 2H though. The setup GG.
Just jumps out.
Yeah, jumps out. You have to recognize that spot where, you know, it's just not wise to really press forward and be out there.
Nice. So EX Fireball's gone. That timer's going to be down for a while. You can see it. Oh, no! The
2H got stuffed.
That's why. 2H.
And another good jump. Oh, no. I think that's it. EX Fireball. Oh, didn't even need the EX Fireball. Oh, my goodness. HB, I feel like she did a really good job kind of finding most of the rhythm in neutral, but it's grand. And just one jump in kind of ends the match.
Yeah, and that's why it can be rather difficult, because if your defense is not up to snuff, you get put in that situation, then you're helping.
It didn't look like the 2H was like super reliable all the time too. You saw the jump U finally landing its mark, and that's all he needed was just that one jump U. He's like, I'm gonna jump in, so it works, and then it finally worked at the very end.
I feel like what is really needed. You know, everyone from every game is playing this game right now, right? We have a lot of people coming in from multiple subgenres and whatnot, and it's really cool. And I feel like you learn a bit from every game that you came from, and the most important lesson you could bring is probably from Street Fighter V, which is do not tech that throw. Whatever you do not tech that throw. Wait.
You saw the counter hit so many times
Challenge
over and
with
over
a
again
button.
from those.
It's not worth it. Try to react with a late tech. Eat the throw if you have to. Do not call out the throw.
That's, you know, he got punished so many times, but it kept happening so many times. And that when you have characters like Grand that get so much off a counter hit overhead, like you especially do not want to do that. So something to ruminate on as we go into the next match, a Fairy versus Fairy Mirror, the toppest of the tiers. And Zach. It's Zach.
That's going to be Zach in a Box, our own Zach in a Box on commentary here, up against Elven Shadow. Of course, the main man behind Frosty Frostings, picking up a new game.
And it looks like he switched. I mean, like, this was probably maybe in the past, like, month or so. I mean, this game hasn't been out that long, right? But he used to run low lane. He said, I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Elven Shadow has shown, like, pretty big gaps in matchup knowledge over the last week or two, but he's also shown that he can take rounds off of pure, I've played Arxis games for 20 years, right? Like, that's all he really needs to carry him through rounds a lot of the time. Getting the worst of it. Good block on the JL, but got caught on the other side. It wasn't his turn quite yet.
Yeah, this match is like all about the 5H. If you can like beat their 5H, whether it's on block or spot dodging it.
Fairy has a pretty unique situation in the mirror in that she has a full screen 5H that is super, like, she can punish her own 5H on block from 3/4 of screen.
That's kind of wild. Fairy has problems with Fairy in the matchup. But I mean, this is one of those characters where, like, you know, Mirror. That's why Mirrors is so great to watch, because for every character is going to be different. For Fairy, it's like she dealing with her own tools is a pain in the ass. There we go. Goes in the super.
Got caught not using the guard button. This should be a little bit of a drop, but
overhead bait.
I forgot I didn't have whip.
Oh yeah. What you would have needed to do like 2H DP, right?
Yeah, that would have been better. I tried to do whip, sweep DP from where down, but I didn't have whip. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't let Fairy right there call GG for free. You have to be super ready and aware as the other Fairy player. Yeah. If you get rid of that, I tried to.
Trade. Zach found himself in the corner. He's fighting out, and it's still at his advantage. Nice dodge.
Yeah,
right through.
You can see going to take a little bit more time maybe to get used to using the guard button against that mix-up. And that's something I'm guilty of myself. I have trouble with trying to guard button and not accidentally rolling and dodging, like just using down and neutral. Right, even back at you.
Just gonna spend it. I agree. Back to full screen.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, I really like that that choice of realizing the GG was just done raw and neutral, and Elven Shadow saw that. At the worst case, he could make Fairy block from full screen.
Full screen buttons again. Zach just whittling away. Throwing out the GG. Knocks him down.
Oh,
Waking up with
delay.
the buttons. I like that. Wait for the DP.
Nice punish.
EX. Yep. Setup time.
Nothing.
I like the delay from Zach.
Yeah, GG's.
That should do it. Our boy Zach moving on in winners.
You can tell Zach definitely has played that match quite a bit. I mean, who hasn't played against a lot of fairies, right?
Actually,
but at the
not
same
a lot
time,
of people.
really,
I feel like that's
ridiculously
maybe one of
I'm in
the
the
better
lobby? I'm
parts.
getting smoked.
One of the better parts about playing a top tier in this game that is not apparent from the normal benefits of playing top tier is that you'll have a lot of experience in the mirror matches usually because everyone's playing the good characters. All right, so looks like I'm going to have to knock down my losers match real quick against Frozen Facade so I don't hold up the bracket. So we're going to jump down to the losers bracket for a second, run this out. Going to be myself on Catalina up against Frozen Facade Zeta. This is a match that I think most Catalina players agree that Catalina is favored here. Her buttons reach slightly longer. They're generally more rewarding for less work. She has to spend a bit less for corner carry. But Zeta, like, once she gets the corner, she definitely has the mix available. She does have good jump-in options with the EX-Air Beast Cannon downwards. So it's...
I think that's, like, the one thing that probably Zeta has an advantage in, but other than that, yeah. We'll see.
This is a pretty good
We'll see. I mean, all these things are, you know, we talk about this, like, matchups and stuff like that, but all these things are different when the actual battle starts, right? In terms of, like, you know, I just want to reiterate that you can play whatever character you want. I see some people in the chat, obviously, yeah, Cat's a better Zeta. Zeta players, you know, you hear them whining, man, my character should have this, this, and this. Well, any character can do work. You just have to put in the work and the effort.
But,
oh
my god,
overhead. This is where it starts.
Oh, I was gonna do it again.
Disrespectful. Okay, see, avoided 2H and got out of the corner too. That was really nice from Frozen Facade, but back in the mix. Great 2Ls challenge.
Yep, recovery on that on the spear came back. Fireball pressure this time. Good for this. I think it's really good that Zeta has the ability to charge with fireball, eat through Cat's fireballs. But here we go, off the H.
To the corner you go. Great.
Whoa! I didn't think that would come down that quickly.
It's quite quick. But one confirmed for each.
Dead.
Yeah.
You dead.
Just as you said. Just as you said. This is the thing. Granblue Fantasy is a high damage game. Like, it's a very high damage. Once they get the Skybound on deck, they can firm into it, especially for Cat.
And you failed to challenge one run, and then you got put into plus frames into it. So that's
Oh, that was awkward angle.
Still got the corner carry. Got the positioning, and this is real good for this character. She's got 10 throws, big damage. We're out of there, but still in the corner.
Right. You out of the mix-up, but still in the corner. But walking his way out of the corner. Great anti-air.
Yeah, I want to keep the spacing outside of that 2M range, which kind of opens up the walkout. Oh, no, bad roll. Out of there. No, good anti-air.
Another 2H.
I'm Catalina. I'm doing it again. You thought I wouldn't?
Oh, my God. It just gets a trade. No big deal. Still in the corner.
Woo! I didn't want that.
Oh. Didn't have the charge yet. Couldn't finish it just yet.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
good
They're challenging.
All right. I got a chance.
But, yeah. One hit.
Corner.
Oh!
Wow, he didn't wait long enough. Callisto.
Shit territory.
Frozen Facade doing a really good job changing up the between the A and the B fireball to throw me off on when I can roll or not.
Again,
Oh, man.
Pertinent thing in this matchup is the fireball game. To kind of establish the neutral and kind of establish, you know, when you can throw out those buttons, the M's, the H's. All right, dashing out.
Oh, that was too close.
That's the escape option.
2M from Zeta is not terrible either.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty decent in this matchup.
Yeah.
Overextending.
Waiting on Thrust to get back.
Frozen Facade himself doing a good job, not overextending, controlling the space right here with the
Oh,
fireball.
wow, that reached. I actually empty jumped. I didn't think that would reach.
Yeah.
You see that, Zeta players? Your 2H is fine. Like, relax.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit narrow, but still gets the job done in most situations.
Oh my god.
Quite
Really
the
heads up
return.
on the anti-airs.
She really gets the most return, obviously, in the corner when she gets set up for combos and gets the sweep finisher for her combos and things like that, but still great. Chipping away.
No, still not in exact
Oh, that
chip
counts
rate.
as a separate string? Wow, I should have been mashing. All right, Frozen Facade going up one.
Yeah, I think in that situation, you know, Zeta can go back on it, so you can like bait out the
Yeah.
DP.
So I can't like
You
assume
can't
it's
just mash
coming.
out DP. Yes, but If you DP and it whiffs, it's not much that it can do, but I guess a fireball. But in that situation, obviously, it's gonna kill. Oh,
no anti-air?
Oh, cat in the corner.
Yo, the 2L.
Yes, keeping all the resources, so the next hit is going to hurt.
Ooh, that was smooth. No control up into the thrust though.
That's
Wait a
fine.
little bit.
Not gonna overextend there. Just gonna let him go.
Yeah, Frozen Facade is doing a good job of using that to get out of the corner, but Callisto does a giant life lead. Doesn't need to make anything happen, but gets the anti-air.
Excuse me, what an anti-air.
Yes. We've seen Frozen Facade using a variety of moves to anti-air at this point.
That's character specialist for you right there.
Oh, I tried to
Through
stop
with
dodge.
the armor. I'll have 2. Again, the fireball pressure.
Oh my god.
Oh, getting the fireball mixies. Right, 5M, 5M.
2M, EX fireball. Gonna spin that right now. A little bit of pressure, but this fireball game's so hard. Frozen just chipping away. He's been doing this all the time, but here we
wrong
go.
thrust.
No EX. Alright, wow, dangerous tech, but we're still at neutral. And now catching out the corner. Yeah. That was a great bulldogging round for Callisto. Just like that's how you have to win as Cat. And sometimes it's just bulldog, put the plus range on. You win off of just getting the pressure in the corner. So there's not much to made happen. Yeah, this fireball's annoying from Zeta, but
Ooh.
it's way better.
Woo! Okay,
Oh,
alright.
no.
Alright. I thought there was gonna be a thrust cancel there.
Oh, big jump. Oh, good. Put the stuff back in the corner, but back out.
Take 2M into the string. Looking for a conversion. No big punish. A little bit too far out, I think, on the crouching out.
2L, run up 2Ls. Keeping the pressure super safe is Facade.
Overhead.
Nice. Good job,
Oh
taking your
man,
turn.
you're in trouble now. Overhead. There we go. You see the jump outs on the overheads. It's a great call out.
Hey.
Can
Okay,
you just
gonna
spend everything? Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna have another opportunity to get that much damage anytime soon, most likely. So, can you
And
just
one
spend
decent
it?
confirm still gonna
Now
do
I gotta
it.
chill though, because I don't have thrust available.
Thrust or
That was
Coming
supposed to be
back,
DP,
nice spot
but
dodge.
sick. All right.
yeah, that set of fireball is annoying, but like it's doing minimal damage if you don't get hit with you rolling. So.
What a mash!
Well, players do have all the resources ready to go, so it's just going to take one to confirm.
Wow!
There it is, the
What an
2-way.
anti-air! That was an empty jump because I didn't want to eat the counter hit.
Facade. Anti-airs have been on point. It's been
Yeah,
the
for
money
sure.
maker.
His anti-air's been real good.
Oh,
I
run up,
feel like
though.
if you're a Zeta player, you have to learn like how to use those anti-airs
Oh,
like
yeah.
the right positioning even more. I mean, we said it before. It's not the worst anti-air. It's
I thought she had the
situational. You
bad
have to be at the right
buttons.
range.
Oh, got the EX fireball. Oh no!
Overhead,
Good counter hit.
counter. Oh, we're picking you up, dropping you off, going for the throw.
The EX available. EX
I like
thrust.
that. The safe
Gotta
jump.
be back, but doesn't matter because Callisto is gonna.
What? Where's the animation? That was even the real. I did the real input and still didn't get the
Wow.
animation.
What? That was interesting.
All right, buff cat. Increase that animation range.
No, please erase that from
Not.
the Twitch, please. Twitch cops, erase. All right, dashing out. Frozen go back to the fireball game. I like that zoning. Ooh, you see the whip punish right there. Stick out those buttons. I think it's a good idea.
counter it.
Enough for us to the
I'll cash it
corner.
out.
Yeah.
He's spinning big.
Yeah. Because now you just have such a strong life lead. Where, like, so the fireballs don't matter as much because, like, it's very minimal damage if you get annoyed by it. Yeah.
And you can risk a few jump ins here and there, right?
I mean, we saw most of the damage coming from jump or anti-airs, so
I
probably
said a
wouldn't,
few.
but, yeah.
That's not a
No.
few.
No. But we saw Frozen Facade's been super great with the anti-airs, and off a non-counter hit too. The damage has been pretty good.
Yeah, the corner carry there too as well.
Oh, run it in. I love
air to air.
that, you know, Facade is now
Whoa, that was a messed up match.
so with Callisto.
The DPs, man.
Uh-oh.
All right,
That time.
canceling in.
Yeah, that's minus. Yeah, minus again, so.
Here go, taking his turn.
But 5H buffer, time to go in. Out again, okay, at
Yo,
least
the
get the punish
chase?
though, but Zeta is still out of the corner, but decent pickup from the scramble situation. Cat close to controlling the corner.
Oh no, that was too
Oh,
close.
Oh, he thought he had it.
Oh,
Too much off
5H
of it. There's
again!
an EX. Not close up for a finish.
Yeah, and didn't have thrust available, so
There it
couldn't
is.
confirm out that, but 2L, 5L from an empty jump. Callisto's gonna take it. That was a nice match though. I really love Facade's
Yeah, really
anti-airs.
impressed with Frozen Facade's anti-airs for sure. That was like definitely a no-fly zone the entire match.
I don't think I've ever seen a Zeta player like anti-air so confidently like that. But that's probably him in the lab being able to check people out of the sky. But man, that's Callisto's Catalina though. I gotta give props though to Callisto because I don't that the confirming of the thrust is not an easy thing to do like consistently. Like I was watching the 3v3, like a lot of the players were not confirming into the thrust because they weren't confident enough to pull that off. And, you know the rate is not super
I
confident.
personally don't consider her like a. I know you can reaction confirm some things like 5H. I don't really have that skill, so I'm more focused on spacing in ways that I can buffer without it coming out on block. I try to focus really hard on that because her cancel windows are like relatively small, and you also have to change them up slightly for counter hit. Like the cancel window changes if you counter hit them with Fire 5H.
Oh.
So you can't just like, but you know how you would do like a crush counter option select? You can't like do that, right? Where you just buffer and then push the button if you see it. All right, so we're going to have Kilo against Seth Series.
Yeah, Seth Series of Cody, Street Fighter 5, Roots versus Kilo. Yeah, Seth had a pretty good showing last week, getting top 8 too.
Yeah, last week had some decent matches last night as well. Of course, up against the person who won last week though, so this will be a tough matchup for him.
But
it was already a tough match in general, right?
No,
because the fireball game from Grand, obviously the full screen boot.
Yeah, and light DP. Light DP.
Yeah, light DP.
Yeah, just to throw in the mind of the Ladiva player when they're trying to run this mix up, but you could win off this one hit. Oh, I think he delayed it, but Kilo also delayed DP too and got the round for it. And we were talking about this earlier. Kilo just having all the confirms ready on deck for most situations, knew where the well bounce was coming on EX Food, was able to cash out the damage.
That's gonna separate like the good Grand players from the ones that just want to drool on their stick. There we go. EX the sweep set up, just backs away. Kilo waking up with the buttons though.
Okay. All right.
Auto combo.
Ooh, the 5H, yeah.
I mean, that's a good button. It's only -2. Or like, it's lower on the negative scale at least, but it's not punishable. I'm gonna use that as a meaty. Pick up off the sweep. The boot for the ender for the corner carry.
Big corner pressure, but stuns the EX Fireball, but get hit. Yeah,
I like how he's canceling these views, man. That's smart, because you want to bait something out. Nice neutral jump. Are we seeing a punish? Yes, sir. And that's enough to probably do it.
Big back from Seth Series right there. But it's something you have to do as Ladiva. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, but great call up from Kilo to know that he was probably going to do something a little bit wilder on the wild.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the hard part too, is like, you can't outwild Gran, right? Like,
it's just not happening.
We saw it. We saw an air clash, and actually, I was playing. I think it was Chris Chaos, like someone a few days ago, where we had a situation where there was an air clash low to the ground, and we realized that it may be like kind of a checkmate scenario where you're so low to the ground that you can't start up an air normal, but you can't do a ground normal. So you basically can't cancel the clash into anything. So you just get punished.
Meanwhile, Kilo
ran right through him. Yo, boot for your Lariat.
Awareness on point, but right now, Seth Series, yeah, gets pushed in the corner again. That's where he lost, yeah. Practicing on plus frames, but got the hit anyway.
Oh, a little too early, but didn't get punished for it, so it worked out.
Light DP!
Yeah, light DP is putting it in.
Finds a safe jump. That's fine, he got the corner positioning out of it. Really, one hit can end this for Seth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, a little late on the punish.
What a whiff.
Fire 5 anti-airs. No 2H.
Oh, he ran into what?
The jump with the sweep. What is going on? The splash. EX. This should be enough. No. Goes for the sweep.
Yeah, no super available, and they were crouching, so he couldn't have extended.
EX's great jab. And he's in chip range, but Ladiva doesn't have the greatest options to try and get the chip out.
Yeah, Seth just has to be careful to not overextend fishing for the chip here. EX Fireball's gone. Oh, the anti-air.
Yeah, I think the big thing there is not spot dodging that EX Fireball. He had a lot of time after the block stun and the Fireball to rush in there, so.
Yeah, Kilo's still looking really strong.
Yeah. We saw
that's
the awareness.
That's a good grin right there.
Yes. We saw it last week. He had all the confirms ready. He obviously looked very well versed in the Ladiva matchup.
I'm not gonna I'm not trying to blow him up, but Kilo kind of drowned last night. So in the back of my mind, I was wondering. I was like, wait, was last week real? You know, like was he?
Happened?
Yeah,
Like...
no, more of like, was that a fluke? But you know, he definitely looks like he came to play today. He's looking just as clean as he did last week. So
and that's the great thing about, you know, one of the good things about all these online tournaments, that you can have a bad performance yesterday, pick yourself up.
you can run it every day. Actually, I do want to point out that NLBC opened up their Saturday Granblue tournament to the Midwest.
For real?
That actually should be starting. The signups end at 4 p.m. Eastern. I think it starts at 5 Eastern. So they'll actually be starting not very long. Like, they'll be starting towards the end of this tournament. So, like, you could realistically enter both of those tournaments and play in both of them.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, we have a smaller bracket today. You know, we're running through this relatively quickly, so yeah you could definitely go double tournaments.
Yeah, today. Or if you're me, you go play some Resident Evil. That's why this tournament needs to end, boy. I gotta get back on it.
Hey, I'm waiting for that Final Fantasy VII. But right now we've got some more Granblue matches at the toppest tier, so put on your bibs.
Yeah, another Grand.
Wipe the drool from your mouth.
Another Grand versus Monarchs. Lance, who got third last week, had a really, really close match with Kilo at the losers finals of last week. That was a great match. Yeah, last week had some great matches. We're already getting well underway here.
Yeah.
Right side.
Now, this is one of those matchups where I'm excited for in this game, right? We have like one of the long-time better Marvel players, good KOF player. He played Arcana Heart up against Monarch, one of the best BlazBlue players in the region, if not in the country in CF. So, like, it's one of those dream you know, this is the anime shit. Like the crossover. Right. What happens if Naruto faces against Luffy? Like
the AMVs right now are coming out. But Monarch's got him in the corner.
Yeah, you're basically watching an AMV when you're in against Lance corner pressure, but I just himself out of the corner.
Nice dodge.
Nice backdash, trying to maintain spacing by Brightside. Like, backdashes in this game are actually pretty bad. For everything but repositioning, but he's using it pretty effectively. Empty jump, but still got caught. Even Grant, look at Grant's face. Grant was like, "What?"
You realize you have to block button it, but you know, when you're not used to block button, that mix-up comes heavy and fast.
That's one of those things that's like easier said than done with a block button. Right. Everyone's like, yo, just run it. But like switching your hands back and forth for that, even if you're like a veteran of like, you know, Mortal Kombat or whatever other game has a block button, it's just something different. You have to ingrain in your mind, especially for this game. But you have to do that against Lance. We're gonna get mixed. The low, emptying them up. Ooh, EX pick up off the heavy. We're doing the loops, letting things reset. You see the bar at the top left. It's all coming back. You see, it's another EX fireball. Bro, another loop. I'll take two.
Yeah. And that's the thing we talked about a lot against Lance, is that your default should be down back.
Yeah, it's like, a very... you know what? Even when you know that, like, anyone who's been grinding this game since it came out, even in, like, whatever the month and change since the American release, everyone knows that you should not stand up against Lancelot because of JU into 2L. But the number of years of fighting game reflexes to not stand up when somebody jumps that you have to undo, like, that is way harder to do than it sounds like.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time, or some people are really good at fixing that right away, but other people are not. But
this man's fixing this match right now.
Great awareness on what you could use to cash out on that. Brightside goes up around in this game.
Yeah, Brightside is
one of the things.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's one of the things that evens out for Grand against Lancelot in this match. It's like, Lancelot has to hit you a lot. He gets a lot of mixes, but like Grant has to hit you a couple times, and then that's it. Gets like confirms, and it's a done deal, right?
Yeah, Brightside is also very good at knowing how to sort of abuse the scaling system, in that generally just less hits straight into a super is going to do more damage than other options. So he doesn't overcomplicate combos and make them longer than they need to be. He just cashes out for the damage. Double overhead though.
Monarch is just running the mix-up in the corner. Lance things.
So I like the adjustments in that match. You saw the safe jump. You know, not getting caught with any DPs. He's like, I don't want to stop my pressure, and it didn't happen.
Right, that was a big knowledge check too, because Brightside doesn't know that the big jump. Yeah.
Fishing for the you know, I like that. So you had mentioned the damage disparity between these two characters. The only time that is not true is when Lancelot gets a counter hit with the slash out of his teleport move.
Oh yeah. The EX.
If that counter hits, that's like 6K for free. And Monarch just went in and opened the round fishing for it.
It's a good bet because look, he didn't really get punished that much.
Yeah, it was mid-screen, so Gran can't cash out mid-screen. There were no resources available.
That was a great adjustment. I don't think he wanted to be outside the corner, but great adjustment on the combo. And now here he is.
Loop time.
Yeah, next touch should be it for Monarch here. There it is.
Got hit with the low again, but that one was tricky because he did not 5U. So like that was either.
Yeah, that was just a regular empty jump low, right?
Yeah, but that one's a lot harder to block because you're thinking overhead at that point too.
Yeah, that's the bait. I mean, listen with this character is like he has so many options when you're in the corner, right? When you are stuck there, and additionally with that, while he's doing the loops, which makes his character the pressure so strong, is that while he's doing the loops, his other stuff comes back. So you're getting hit with the Rekka loops, the fireballs coming back, the gorilla dash is coming back, and that just continues. That piles on the damage. He's not a high damage character. He just makes the situations happen. And
not that he should be, because that character needs to hit you so many times with the amount of options he has.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on.
So, even I'm not gonna give him that.
Up next, we're gonna have Chris Chaos, who got second place last week, going up against Axis from Michigan, who these two have played a extremely large number of matches in probably a double-digit number of games at this point. Like, these guys have known each other for years. So this could be one of those matches where we see, where you open on, like, level 2 Yomi, where you have it's similar to, like, when Zach and I would play, or when Zach and Macho play, where, like, you've played each other so much that you already kind of know what the level 1 ideas of a player might be, and you just kind of skip straight ahead to some stuff that might seem wild out of context. But it's more just trying to capitalize on what you know about them as a person.
That's the best thing about, like, fighting games, is that you get that type of Yomi, that type of that different type of match. Like, you might see, Matera versus a Diva, but it's going to be completely different depending on how much the players know each other.
Yeah.
Look, these two color matching.
Probably look different.
They've known each other for so long. They even played the same palette.
Damn.
Yeah. On paper, Matera controls the pace of this match. Diva has to work relatively hard to get in, but Matera doesn't have a reliable reversal, so if he does finagle his way in, the Diva, she's going to get all the damage and mix up.
Yeah, Chris Chaos, he'll tell you that his reversal is air throw, right? Or his anti-air, his reversal, it's all air throw. It's all looking for a bad jump and trying to throw you back into the corner and reclaim his own position.
We saw from last week, Chris, his greatest defense option was just 5L.
Yeah, 5L gets his rate of reacting to overheads with 5L and converting off of it is so high.
And that's one of the things you have to do if you want to be successful as Matera in this game.
And I do want to point out that Axis is also very good. In the matches that I've played him, he's very good at challenging overheads with 5L. However, there's not necessarily a good reason for Matera to go in and overhead. Gee, look at the damage off of one touch.
Yeah.
You get deleted.
Snipe a jump with a lariat, and this is the situation you get put in.
Yeah, Axis was on the back foot for a full 40 seconds, and two touches.
Oh,
wow, and reacts to the far 5L.
And I think Chris Chaos even was trying to bait that out with the 5L, but it was just mistimed. And got EX Lariat for a shot. Oh.
Just be like that, neutral.
And Axis
just get through it.
Last week kind of looked similar boat that we saw at Oven Shadow, where maybe some knowledge gaps from being new to this specific game, but the fundamentals were of just years and years of Arc System Works games were carrying them pretty far, and those knowledge gaps are quickly closing. Like, Axis definitely has been playing more this past week, learning more, and these two, I can tell you for sure, have played matches in this game. Oh, wow! The butterflies hit late enough that he was able to get the assault in, and over the sweep.
Over the sweep there, the pickup.
Chris Chaos with a pretty good run so far this round and finds the hit. That should close out the round with a perfect.
Wow, perfect. That was
a 45-second perfect, yeah.
One of the
When does that
things
happen?
Chris is great at is that he puts out butterfly and then uses the up arrow. Knows the spacing where he can use the up arrow. So he covers the jump and also the ground with the butterfly exploding and the up arrow.
It's looking real difficult right now for Axis to get in. Backing off away from the Lariat.
Yeah, what Axis has been done really well is that when Chris has decided to go in, his defense is relatively good, except in the corner. But that's
Clash.
great idea, but not quite close enough.
Yeah, the call-out's right there. Oh, he salted those. Yep, 5L.
Yeah, see that this
Great for
defense on
spacing.
that layer 1 mix-up has been very, very solid. Oh, try to bait out though. Not quite. Time to enter a mix. Yep, we're out of there.
Grab a note, nothing there.
And the butterfly's still there. Okay, just finally disappeared.
But you had
that
mentioned
was
that so
great.
many times. Chris Chaos is like he's built his game plan around the butterfly, right? It's been such like a strong option. He's using that for escape. He's using
Yeah.
it for damage. That's a high-level Matera play.
Yeah, you saw it. He probably could have gotten a confirm off that counter hit butterfly explosion, but decided to let's take the full screen option against Ladiva, and that's so smart because look at the strong position, strong life lead, strong position.
You have to come back as Axis. It's up to you. Like you have the onus is on
But-
you. Here we go.
Here we go.
Grappling time. EX to the corner.
Oh, great.
Tried
jump,
to-
But
Oh, he still got him. EX pick up. Standing H.
how are
Do
you
one more
gonna
guess on
get
this and
out of
we'll do it.
yourself out of this as Matera?
Oh, the
hits
2L! What a clutch hit, but didn't have enough to
How
close
many
it out
times?
yet. The butterfly's
Yo,
still
chase
there
out
in
with
the
the
back.
butterfly.
Oh, he tried to air grab the escape.
And
He
right
thought he was gonna
now,
jump
Chris
through with
Chaos
the
cannot
assault.
throw a fireball. That
Yeah.
anti-projectile super is on deck for Axis and will easily
He
close out the
might
round. What a jump!
5 seconds before he does.
Wow, and of
That's
course, Skybounds stop the clock in this game, so you never have to worry about getting like Street Fighter Forward where it like times out in the middle of the damage that you're doing. So Axis clutching out game 1, real tight game.
Yeah.
And that's
That
one
was
of the
the back
things
and
that I
forth.
always say for grappler players. Like, you have 99 seconds on the clock. You don't have to win at 80 seconds, at 70 seconds even. You get one hit, you could win at 5 seconds. That's the patience you need as a grappler player.
Yeah, very understood too. I mean, you saw a lot of great things from Chris Chaos. The butterfly effect
Yes.
coming through. He canceled that. Finally found his hit in the corner. A few guesses later, it was his. So now we're gonna go to this next match here between the two. Let's see if there's adjustments. I mean, this is what makes this match even better between two players that know each other. Is like now you put the first layer on. I got 7 more to go through. I'm like an onion.
Yeah, a grappler zoner matchup is really fun to watch with two players who are familiar with each other because it comes down to a lot of mind games at some point. So we'll see. Chris Chaos, that was a really close game. We'll see. Not much adjustments that need to be made except like missing one anti-air. Like,
Yeah.
right there, yeah, missing a sweep.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the damage. Yes.
Oh, try to hold up, and now you're just getting mixed. Okay. Fighting your way out of the corner is Chris Chaos. Has all the screen to work with, but a huge life deficit.
He's jumping on in there.
Yeah.
The deficit's there, but he's like, look, I'm going for the aggression,
Does that
but
catch? No, not quite.
We're too far out.
Wasn't ready for the
This-
punish. It was a little wonky. Oh, great defense. Jump back, jump L. Oh,
Spot
there
dodge.
you get, yeah.
Whew, good pickup. He's been catching him every time he tries to assault in the air, right?
Yeah.
He goes to the Lariat just to shut that down. And now the next match is Chris. You got to think maybe I got to stay ground a little bit more. It's going to eliminate some of his movement options.
That's where he's been getting hit in the neutral, is that when he's been trying to escape, he's getting lariated out of the air. So we'll see. But it's hard because once Ladiva's in this position, she is playing a one-player game.
All right, so see how this is there. Oh, you saw the counter hit. They might have been L. Okay, but there's the LL. There we go. I'm gonna say that's the defense that Chris Chaos needs.
Oh,
Oh, it
great.
erupts
Yeah.
the EX.
That's the adjustment. He assaulting in on the EX lariat so that he can catch it instead of assaulting back. Alright, butterfly is out. Oh, big jump in, but save pressure. Yeah, Chris has the positional advantage now, has the life lead too. Yeah.
That's
So
to
why not
overextend.
that run? Because 100% is on Ladiva's side. Can't
Yo,
throw.
raw sweep.
Yeah, you can't throw. Oh my god, that was so scary.
Oh, please, don't do it. Latifa's got the meter.
Yeah, you see Chris Chaos throwing out 5 L's. Oh my god. Ah!
For the EX. The headbutt pressure. EX, he's gonna spin all.
Oh!
Try to get the grab.
Didn't get the
This time-
JU. Okay, there's
Yes,
meter
you
on
look at
Chris
it.
Chaos' side. So now,
Oh, yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah, caught the somersault, jump back. Yeah, that's
the second time. It's the second time it's happened. You get too comfortable. You think you have the movement options, and you don't. Axis with the strong stuff.
That's the big thing, is that once Ladiva has that 100% available, could be
it was really
hard.
unfortunate for Chris Chaos, too, because he had just built his own 100% meter, and the big deal there is all of a sudden that gives Matera an air unblockable option. That super is on deck to where if Axis would have jumped again, he could have closed out the round. But he just wasn't able to get back to that spacing. All right, so up next, Zach in a Box is going to return to the stage up against Macho, the classic.
God.
These two have played an infinity number of matches since the game came out.
Yeah, and in Unicler and in...
Yeah, for sure.
So...
This is we talk about history between players. Obviously, you guys just said it. These two have been playing a lot. And again, this is going to be Yomi upon Yomi. How many matches have you guys played? Hundreds?
Oh.
Probably countless at this point.
It could be. Maybe not quite 1,000 yet.
But damn near close.
Yeah, it's getting
close.
Close.
In a match where Fairy does, slightly worse.
Yeah.
Because Lance definitely has the tools to contest her in the neutral.
Yeah. I have to stick to, like, sweep, like, right there. So I can't really throw out... Oh, my God. I was just out of range.
Yeah,
and I have to waste DP to
yes, that's
anti-air,
huge.
And now,
Fairy has to spend EX on every anti-air pretty much, which means Lancelot gets about 5 seconds of being able to hold up forward against her.
Yeah. Okay, from off the M. MT jump, blows him up. EX, pick up. We're doing loops today.
And you can see the... Lancelot is touted as this top-tier killer, right? Like, he's objectively an upper-mid character, maybe 4th, 5th best in the game, and in himself, not a top-3 character, but specifically matches up well against Grand Cat and Fairy. Oh, no, that's going to hurt.
That was
that's big damage. We were talking about that, right?
But I mistimed it.
Yes, that's the scary part. So, especially online, everyone's like, oh, just OS Lance's 2-2H, which is something you can OS and cover all options, but if you mistime it by a frame, you get smoked. And the risk reward is that, like, you get a JL into not much if you're right, and then if you're wrong and you mess up, you lose 60%.
I got him in the corner. You talked about damage, just as you said before, got deleted, lost a ton of health off that conversion. Dashing under. Yeah, it's actually got to figure out a way to get out of here, but the bait on the throw overhead, the finish. We said don't tag, and it's easier said than done in this game. Easier said than done.
I mean, in that situation, if I take a throw or even a late tech, I'm just pretty much in ship range, or I just die. So it's still a guy.
Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things where, like, even with throws in this game, like, especially with a character like Lance who gets a mix off a throw, it's taking a throw is still like super dangerous. Okay, slide. The punish well spaced. There we go. There's a punch. At that distance, I don't think you can get that
nice
much off
anti-air.
that.
Good conversion off of it, too.
Carl.
EX Gorilla Thrust is gone. Man, that's I don't know. Everyone complains about Cat Thrust. Lance has the same thing, except he gets the convert. Imagine if Cat got the EX Thrust combo mid-screen, and that would be Lance 2-2-8, or 6-6-8.
Yeah, but, just take your turn back, bro, obviously, right? Like.
Oh, yeah, and it's plus at the tip. It's got all the good stuff of boot and thrust, while also having mid-screen combos.
He definitely has one of the better EXs in the game.
All right, good anti-air. So Zach, slight bit of a life lead still. A lot of meter on both sides, though. Both characters could do a lot of work here. And also, if Zach gets the knockdown here, he has to be aware of the Super Skybound escape now.
Yep, because that is a free...
Which is probably coming down. Yep, there it is. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing where, like, even though he didn't get anything about it, knowing that it's there, you have to let Lancelot wake up in that situation. Like, that's it. And maybe he tries to be aggressive and go at you with it. Maybe he tries to use it to get out of the corner or to come short like that. But the fact of the matter is you have to let him return to neutral.
Having that respect is real big. It dictates the pace of the match, the pace of the neutral. But here we go. Zach in the corner. Getting hit by these Rekkas. There we go. Gets the throw, though.
Wow,
nice.
what a
There
5L challenge. Right as he landed. Great timing by Zach.
Yeah, it's hard because very far L is just going to get smoked by that, so I have to time it really well for us.
Oh, there's the EX Gorilla Blade.
whip. There's the tech. Unfortunate punish. Zach,
Finds the
back throw.
Oh, punishes
You'll
the
call him
spot dodge.
dodging.
All right,
EX, get
anti-air,
back in
gotta
there.
watch out for the wake up, but
Set up top.
finds the hit. He didn't get the super skybound. It's still on deck though. Yeah, very nice pressure. Zach could not give Macho any opportunity to breathe there because the super skybound would have gotten him out of the corner.
Yes, sir. That was a good idea to cancel into that into the super combo super right there to keep the pressure, keep the chip going. So now we're even up between the two. The XCP off the grip. And that jump L, man. It's one of those characters where like you don't really think about that button too much, and he does have one of the better
too far to
jump
get the back throw into the corner. Nice backdash though. Things still going
Pick up.
Macho's way so
Was it
far.
EX?
Oh, that's going bad.
Oh, he jumped in, got a full auto combo. There's the Rekkas. You knew it was coming.
What? How
That's how
did
it's
she
gonna
get
go.
in front of him?
Wait, what? Macho gets the mix. EX, this should do it
Super,
right here.
yeah,
Spins
that should
it.
close out the round. That was a scrambly round. Both players leaving a little bit of spaghetti on the castle floor here.
Now Macho poised to take this. What are exact adjustments going to be? So for the EXTP, we saw that so many times. He wants the spacing. He's going to the jump of the jump L.
Oh
again.
no, that's going to
Overhead.
hurt. Is he going to spend anything? Doesn't spend the 6-6H. Yeah, just takes the Rekkas.
Rekka pressure, over and over again.
Yeah,
Macho's
got pushed out
boxing
into the
up.
spacing though. Zach's going to be able to get out of the corner. Good use of GG to cover it.
And a good bait on the overhead.
5H
Nice
anti-air.
challenge.
Okay. That's my favorite part about Lancelot is it's something you have to do is stand there mashing the 5L, but it makes you look like such a masher. Yeah, that's
Right.
it.
I mean, the character doesn't have the range, doesn't have the extended normals like other characters, so you're just mashing that button, trying to get something to convert. Macho taking that one, though. And I want to point out that even, so one of the things that, this didn't happen in Macho's match. One of the things that makes Lance so strong is that once he has the lead like that, if he needs to wait for the cooldowns and they're blocking, he can just back off. He's got the backdash, he's got the speed. He can wait for everything to just cool down and then go back in.
All right, so up next, we're going to have to play another one of my matches so I don't hold up the loser's bracket. So it's going to be myself against Rip Torn.
All right, so you definitely had that Bubs practice. Who was it? It wasn't against Rip that you practiced like dozens of matches with Bubs, right? Who was it with?
Heroic Legacy was playing him when he came out for a bit. We ran a really long set. I will say in last week's Ronin Rumble, I had to play Flux Waves after a couple winners matches, and I got detonated. Absolutely. Yeah, he beat me very bad. And this is a matchup that I've said, like, Catalina, obviously top tier character. Like no one's gonna dispute that. I'm certainly not. I feel like her only definitively bad matchup is Lancelot, but I do feel like potentially Beelzebub is a bad matchup for a lot of the same reasons, mostly in different ways to escape the corner that force Catalina to not apply pressure when she has the corner positioning the way she would against pretty much every other character, because you have to think about the dive kick, you have to think about the teleport, you have to kind of sit there and react to what he's doing rather than just going in and fishing for the big damage.
That's definitely true. And plus, you know, your buttons don't get much usage mileage when he's throwing out the spin.
Yeah,
so
I feel like that's
those.
the knowledge check for the Beelzebub, right? Like if they're just gonna raw Tatsu in neutral, that thing smokes Catalina buttons.
That's something I did not know until after our match, to be honest. But we're going to see Rip Tor go in against Callisto.
Yeah, I have to try to spot dodge a lot of these projectiles.
That's the layer one.
Thankfully, I've grinded so much RPG mode that my spot dodges against Beelzebub are like reasonably decent.
Okay, EX, keep the pressure on, keep the
Wait it
plus
out.
frames, yeah.
I gotta look for the dive kick, so I'm gonna hold M here, look for the dive kick, and try to anti-air it.
Oh,
Finds a sweep.
Sweet. Beelzebub sweep. Not the greatest, but can get the job done in certain situations.
Yeah, so here I'm just holding M and using like light L and H as my buttons.
He's taking these fireballs quite a bit, walk right in the crouching out.
Yeah.
That's why I'm holding L.
Yeah.
The DP.
Or M. Oh!
Overhead. No counter hit. The trade, the EX.
Oh,
Good choice by Callisto.
No anti-air.
Nice DP.
Oh, just barely.
Good block.
Good reaction in the first place, though, on that teleport. You don't want to give them that option, right? You want to establish that I will react if I am in range, so you can't abuse that. Which is how I got into a range of this online.
Yeah, once you
online
use
range.
EX in black string, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, I got bait.
Base
Oh,
out
sick.
Oh, no
DP, but no big punish.
Did I get him? I mashed.
Yes, you did.
Oh!
Yo, get that out of
His
here.
super is trash. Absolute trash.
Your style,
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
Your super, trash. My super, it's nice.
Callisto
Way
taking
more
it down.
invincibility frames than Bubs is.
Well, it typically does happen though with a lot of the grapplers, right? But man, already to the corner where
Alright,
the
so I
stuff
gotta look
up
for
like
the
that.
teleport out of the corner and try to punish it with 5L.
Oh,
Nice
big
buffer.
has the corner.
Nice challenge.
Buffering, he found his mark. Yeah, EX. He's gonna spin the bar.
Yeah, I gotta
This
hold
guy
that
was-
teleport mix up.
But now you don't really have to worry
Oh,
about too
I
much
cracked.
damage before it comes back.
Nice punish.
EX. Yeah, corner
I'm
carry with
Catalina.
that.
I'm holding forward. That's what I'm
They're
talking
nice.
about. Yeah, you gotta wait it out.
React to it. Delete him.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Alright, Costa goes up 1-0.
And that was just a strong round from Callisto. He knew to bait out many of the options. He wasn't getting hit. One of the things with Beelzebub is like he doesn't really have a ton of damage, right? He needs to like counter hit you off like a 2H.
Yeah,
or maybe like
he's Lancelot without the oppressive pressure for the most part.
but he does have like a lot of tricky things. But to get that stuff going, he's got to have the meter for it. He's got to have the right positioning. It doesn't always happen. But speaking of positioning, Callisto's got him in the corner. So where Catalina loves to live. Jump in. DP gets baited. We were talking about that before. Super active. Big pun. Another one comes out. This time it finds its mark.
I accidentally plinked medium and light and got a throw instead of 5L against a teleport.
Ooh.
Okay, doesn't catch
No
out.
super.
Keeps him on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think I would have
Wow,
killed
run
right
up.
there.
Oh, great challenge again. Big jump.
What a DP.
Yeah, he's been really well with that. You don't really see many Beelzebub players use that.
Oh, okay.
Nice challenge to the spot dodge.
Okay. Get tipped again.
Oh, I tried to mash my own super. I should just spot dodge.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Saw the counter, rip torn. Fighting back here.
I believe you can still land cancel with guard options.
Yeah. Okay, got the 5
There we
out
go.
with the dive.
Caught me jumping.
Starting to mix that up.
Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
I like
Covering
that.
all the options here.
Man, I like using that DP as like an oppressive tool. Put them back in the corner. Like, again, you don't really see many Beelzebubs use that DP just in general. It's kind of a wonky DP in some areas, like in the horizontal range. But Riptorn's been using it to full effect here. Callisto still got him in the corner. Riptorn's got to figure out how to get out of
I
here.
reacted late.
One life.
Yeah. Oh, what? That-
Punish. You eat big damage here. Callisto plus range on the Karma. Overhead again. Good interruption on the end, but he needs more.
Okay.
That's heck.
Oh, what? Oh, it wasn't a counter hit. I fucked that
wasn't
up.
counter hit. Now
Oh,
counter-
sick.
Oh,
I'm alive.
I
I'm
forgot
dead. The third hit, always got to watch out for it. It always comes out, even on block. He also maybe tried to 2H it. That's how you get like the real punish against it.
I mean, 2H is good, but it is a little bit more predictable than some of the other 2Hs. Okay, no cancel on the crouching M. But I'll tell you, that's a great button too. His M buttons, his frame traps are really good. Leading into the spin.
That's punishable, yeah. Nice move forward into block.
Which is sides, but TP.
Die 5-8.
Wow, that's sweet.
It has range, dude. Big pickup from Callisto. Just buffering the EX Fireball. Try to spot dodge in the corner. Spin it for it. Yep, we can see the Karma setup.
I like the delay.
Yeah, the downside to the setup is I didn't do anything, and that just kind of let me see that it was out there and hold up forward when I woke up. But I'm Catalina. I was always going to hold up forward when I woke up.
Well, of course.
Thought I wasn't.
Too far to punish. Nice return on that M. Dive kicks. So answer back with buttons. Doesn't care about your plus frames. Okay, off the H.
Go. Oh, 5M.
What?
Big.
That didn't combo?
was to say that could have been
Oh,
real big.
great spacing. Good games.
All right, good games to Rip Torn.
They're good games when you're winning. And Callisto moves on. Into
Yeah, the whole tournament was over
That
if I
the whole
lost that
tournament.
match, right? Like, we're shut it down.
It just turns into an RE3 stream.
I was gonna tell Axis that when we played last night. I was like, if you beat me, you're DQ'd from tomorrow. Like, all right,
My tournament,
so
my rules.
we'll be let's see, I believe showing another losers match. We're gonna have a top 8 qualifier.
Okay, so moving on in. Closer and closer to the cream of the crop here. The Waifu Dome. We're seeing some great matches. A lot of variety, too. I like seeing bubs just in general. Like, I think a lot of people have been maybe sleeping on some of the DLC characters. We saw some in the Ronin Rumble. We saw some here as well. Didn't see many in the 3v3. We saw a few. Actually, I lied. There's some Normaya. But we haven't seen, like, a ton of people kind of gravitate towards the DLC character, so it's always good to see that variety, and hopefully we see some Soras.
Yeah, and we
coming up
have
here in a couple days.
a lot of our we have some Narmayas locally. They may be playing on PC, or they may be like the Arm, I believe, is maining Narmaya, but he also lives with Great Furman and can get quality matches without net playing, and I think that may be,
which is really.
I think that may be specifically what his current plan is like. Why net play when you don't need to? All right, so up next, we should have Chris Chaos up against HB.
Okay, more Matera. All right. I love that Chris Chaos has stuck with his character, even though at the beginning everyone was like, Matera, top tier. That's the character you should be playing when you want to win. And look at how things turned out. Tons of people left Matera, but not Chris Chaos. He said, I'm sticking with this character.
All right, Seikola, we have a request from the chat. Maybe I should have made this the Matcherino stretch goal. They want to know what's in the fridge.
What's in the fridge?
What's stocked? What kind of mustard you
We
holding?
have some gamer juice, gamer fuel, dude.
You know, I got some cheese. I think I got some. Oh, I've got milk as old, to be honest.
Cheese?
I'm not gonna level with y'all.
Is all you have is cheese? If you turn
apple.
that camera on, there's just a thing of craft singles, and that's the only thing in the fridge. That'd be.
Hey, times are hard, okay?
It's just that and a can of Arizona.
Listen, I would at least have some Red Bull. You know, you gotta show right, okay? At least have a can or two of Red Bull.
All right,
But-
so we're in business here. Chris Chaos against HB. Good stuff to HB. Staying alive in losers, making it one match away here from qualifying into top 8 losers. So she's having a pretty good run.
Yeah, beat Kizzers, who does pretty well in these tournaments. So.
Is Kizzer still going? Is he still going
Percy?
Percy?
Yes.
Yeah. I
He's
saw him
making me
online,
want
you know.
to learn Percival, actually. Him and I have played a lot recently, and I think that character's super cool.
He has like a few tiny things. Well, tiny things. He has some things that amount to problems, like obviously his buttons being whiff punishable a lot easier than other characters and relying on stocks. But I mean, he's so cool. Percy's so cool.
I have to say that I think Chris Chaos is the only, and maybe because I've known him for years at this point, he's the only person who I will believe tells me they're playing Matera because they are like Yukari and not because he's just horny. Like that, I believe him.
No.
I believe
totally
him that
believe
he's
him.
playing this character for mechanical reasons. I do not believe a single other Matera player in the world. They're just hornballs.
You're right. I'm saying for fairy players, but anyway,
What?
y'all love some armpits. Don't even lie.
I don't
the
know.
corner.
I would assume that fairy. I think it's equally likely that fairy players want to play top tier.
That's true.
And then there's the rare like Dawson player.
who are like they're happy they have a DP.
You
They're happy
can't
they have all the
where
options.
I would believe that the Dawson players are horny, but God knows for what.
Yeah, they're a different breed. Back into the match,
Oh,
Chris
goodness.
Chaos. A little on the
Yeah,
depth.
Chris Chaos caged with the butterflies.
Wow! Wake up!
With the L, bro.
5H.
Or H, my bad. I get mixed on the animals here. Right,
Right.
firewall pressure though from
Chris
Chris
Chaos
Chaos.
has to be aware of the 2M into Super Skybound, but not even going to come up as the 5H closing it out.
Yeah, this is a match that, popular opinion, it's probably in Fairy's favor. She just, she has a lot of tools, and then once she has the pressure, Matera has no option to get out of it. So.
Yeah.
it
On
ends
the
up
other
happening
hand,
like
on Matera's side, they both cover similar ranges, but one
Right.
of them extends hurt boxes and the other does not. So
Exactly.
Matera does have that going for herself, that she is less whiff punishable, less stuffable on moves as they're coming out. Ooh, finds the assault into the jump in. That should close out the round.
Yep.
Oh,
Pick
didn't even
up.
need the skybound. Okay.
Had it if you needed it. No need to whip it out.
Especially against fairies, a little bit lower health. I mean, Matera does pretty great damage against her.
Okay, filling out GG.
Yeah, and GG is gonna be like kind of a non-issue unless you get right now.
So more for space control, more for dominating the neutral, eliminating the options in the ground approach. But like you said, that
How
area,
H
assault.
using 5H to kind of snipe assaults here or there, but it is still risky.
Yeah, 5H definitely a slow startup, and the hurt box comes out all the way before the button does. Nice, good
Okay,
use.
yeah.
Oh, she gets the catch.
Yeah, EX Whip is
Ooh.
super strong in this match. You know, if Matera does anything, well, nearly anything close to him, he's gonna get caught. But Chris Chaos has a big confirm. Gonna go with the Skybomb? Yes.
HB both times, the last 2 rounds was caught. I don't know if it was holding up or what, but just the raw media assault made contact, and that was able to give Chris Chaos enough damage to close out the round.
Chris Chaos staying solid, staying dominant
Yes.
in a match that he should be losing. But at the same time, I mean, just the way that he's playing has been kind of shutting down a lot of what what Fairy wants to do.
I honestly think very few, even the matchups that are in the favor of a character, I think very few of them are like unwinnable.
Drastically.
Yeah, I think
Probably Voss Matera, but I
Yeah.
didn't see Matera lose that match here or there.
yeah, I think
I still see like any 6-4s, like straight 6-4s, like that many, like ridiculous, or even 7-3s. I guess what people say 7-3s, things like that. There haven't been too many in this game.
I could buy, Matera Vasaraga maybe as a 7-3, but I would
That's
doubt
about
it.
it. Honestly.
Yeah, that I would
Yeah.
not stretch much past that.
Okay. A small adjustment from HB is using a little bit more M's instead of H. She's been getting smoked by the H's, but throwing it out a little bit too willy-nilly. Yeah, and
Nice,
great
good roll
knowledge
through
check,
the 2-3-6
You
H.
have to do that. You have to get fairy players thinking about pressing 5H less. And one of those ways is rolling after, if she cancels after anything.
And the nice thing about that is even if she doesn't cancel, Fire H is like minus like 19
Yeah.
or something on block. So
Exactly.
you still can roll to claim space. And it's not going to be your turn afterwards, but you're not going to get punished for it most likely.
Right. Here we go, Chris Chaos. He's backing off. He has the health lead. He's got the pressure. He's got everything on deck ready to
EX
let
Whip
loose.
is out of deck now, and that's like super big. And when this,
Yeah, this is
EX
gonna be
Whip
really
is
hard for
unavailable. Yeah.
And
that
jump
5H
over the 5H.
At a range, 5H is really good for stuffing assaults, but at close range, he's gonna get assaulted right over. Chris Chaos, good knowledge on that.
Yep.
HB going, or I should say, staying home at just outside of 8th place.
Very close, great play to reach this far. I mean, this is we have some strong players like here in the Midwest, right? We have some pretty like I want the tours to start. It's going to be a while before that happens, But I can't wait to see how the Midwest kind of starts traveling to other events, starts putting some respect on that Midwest name, because I think we have some really great players out here. But you're seeing it right now. You're seeing the Waifu Dome where everyone's here leveling up. We're quarantined, but we're still out here training. We're still practicing. Callisto says he's going to be, a Resident Evil 3 streamer and a Final Fantasy 7
Oh, no,
streamer,
I'm not
but
streaming
this
it.
is gonna be
I
pretty
play that by myself in the dark,
Yeah.
as God intended.
Yeah,
Before we
and I
get
think-
started with the next match, though, I do want to shout out the Matcherino, of course. You can directly support this tournament, the players who are playing here today, at matcherino.com/TSSSonline040420. And there's also the coupon code, same string, SSSonline040420, to add 50 cents to the pot for free at teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. You can pick up this sick shirt. All proceeds help fund equipment and pop bonuses for future events like the Waifu Dome. And you can follow us on social. I did update the Callisto Events Discord link on the bottom right there. So you can check that out. Is a requirement for taking part in these online matches. And you can follow the Waifu Dome, Mishima Monthly, and myself on Twitter to keep up with the events as they come along. So up next, going to have myself up against Zach in a box and have the commentator duel.
Wow, the commentator power up. I'm telling you, when you commentate your matches, you get the power up. You're at your max.
The nice thing is
Hey,
that
maybe that's just me.
we're live to each other right now. So
Yeah.
like I can feed Zach propaganda. I can be like, yeah, I'm looking for this, and then that's not what I'm looking for at all. I'm just lying to him, trying to get him to push a button.
That's messed up. That's absolutely messed up.
You got to know how to play the mind games, man.
Yeah, this is a different territory than usual, so there's a little bit more meta going.
So it's actually been a little bit since Zach and I have played. We did a couple first to tens. Both ended up like slightly in his favor, pretty close.
See how things go here. Sweep. The hula hoop. Ooh, buff for showing.
Oh my God! Let me move. I just want to move.
What's he gonna do? He's stuck in the
Nothing.
corner.
I can't do anything. Where am I gonna go?
Try to roll. Didn't work out.
Wow! I couldn't combo off the jump. It's fine. No, it's less fine.
Oh, sweep the take it.
Let me move.
The point.
Like, see, Zach knows. He's like, you don't want this character to get going. You don't want to have any momentum. There's a continuous amount of lockdown. Moving through the fireball, not willing to take any of that chip. Nice jump.
Oh, I thought it was on the other side. I'm in the corner.
Here we go, Callisto. Trying to capitalize on this position. The H, the sweep.
Oh!
EX right to the fireball.
Oh, what?
No setup for you.
Wow, that's so
Get
far.
another sweep. You forget how far that sweep was one of the dumbest moves in the game. Look at that, just throw it out.
Damn it.
And again, you know, it's just gonna take one confirmative thrust. If you can find something, one EX to knock this character down. They're still trying to find an answer. Both of them in range.
What?
There's a throw.
Oh,
Yo! He saw.
The sway back. So Catalina medium thrust has a slight sway back at the start of it that can dodge buttons as they come out.
Good adjustment there. You saw that. We get sweep all damn day. Finally threw that out to avoid.
Oh no! I got caught not holding the guard button. Exposed.
Yeah, I was gonna try it. Oh shit.
2H. A little too far up for that.
Oh shit! I tried to jump out.
Off the H. Right for the super. DP. Axe off. Wait for things to just build back up. We have to overextend.
Oh, that beat. Oh shit.
Overhead again.
Oh,
the
no.
Double.
I know.
The double.
Yeah. No, that is my my level 1 pressure for sure. He's seen that a couple times.
We just talked about it. You can't pull it out the turret like that. He knows the tech, Callisto.
Maybe he thought I knew so much that I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa! That stayed in front. What?
Yeah, welcome to Cat JU. The same thing I have.
What? Why can't I sweep and then also still anti-air?
Oh, that beats.
Nice buffer. That thrust carried him all the way to the corner. This is where Callisto can have his fun. It's like he's playing Resident Evil 3 right now.
Nice anti-air.
Let's hope that happens. Nice XDP. That's gonna give it's gonna give Zach some room to play with. We saw this before. The normals come out, but never mind. Off the H.
Am I dead?
No skill necessary. Yes.
Oh, I
no,
should've-
not yet.
I'm alive.
I should have kept it a lot simpler.
The throw. This could be big. Either person.
Woo!
That was. I fucked up.
Where are you walking?
I was trying to DC.
Oh, nice flip punish.
EX setup time. In the combo all the way to the GG. He stepped all in that. Wipe your shoes off.
Can't do that.
Change up his air options.
Can't do that.
Nice 2H.
Oh shit! I didn't believe you would do it. Well, shit.
He saw it was out, still ran into it with a
I'm dead.
thrust.
Yeah.
Good confirm, canceled into it for the auto combo. Zach on match point. There's only been a
Damn,
back and
that's so
forth,
far.
you know. You see a lot of like confirms like into the throw. Oh man, spot dodge. You see a lot of M confirms into the thrust, trying to get the pressure started. But this time, Zach has been putting the foot on the pedal. And CP, sets up GG, letting those things just come back, letting the
That's not
resources
your
come
turn.
back to him.
That's not
Off the 2L. Thrust at the end. Try to
Let me
get him with
pressure.
No Callisto's here. Spot dodge.
Oh, God.
Be careful. We saw the sweeps coming out, and then the imp thrust comes to avoid, but it doesn't matter. Enough right here. Nope, needs another mix.
Yeah. I should have done throw again.
Yeah.
GG's. Yeah, so the thing I was talking about earlier about, you know, when people have played each other like hundreds and hundreds of matches, and you'll see some stuff that's seems really wild out of context. A lot of that you saw at the opening of that match, right? Like Zach and I have played a ton. He knows that I am willing to DP a GG setup. So he opened with blocking the DP setup, knowing that like I'll resort to that pretty early. And then as a response to that, I started waking up with throw, knowing that he was going to be down backing looking for the DP.
Yeah, it even caught a roll too, so it's like it was like a good first layer, but then it went back to the second layer, or it went back to like the original layer where you would DP. So.
All right, so we've made it to our top 8. Not a whole lot of surprises here. A lot of the same people from last week. So we're going to have Kilo up against Monarch up first.
Losers finals of last week. And that was a really great match.
Hopefully we got in there before this started. I was a little late pushing the button, so they may be a couple seconds into this match. No mix-ups on characters. Going to be Lancelot and Gran.
And Kilo did pull out a Charlotta last week, Chris Cass. So
yeah, to help reset the bracket. Did end up closing out the bracket with Gran, but used Charlotta to help get a couple games for the reset.
Got a couple games for the reset. So, but going with Gran, we saw against Lancelot has the good idea what to do here.
All right, so we may see the weird thing where it like plays normally for a little bit and then it like skips ahead because we entered a little bit late. So hopefully I was on time, but we'll find out.
Yeah, it was, goes normal, nice sweep, pick up fireball, the boot, catch him going, but the wake up, get out of the corner. I like that option, just to not deal with any of the grand pressure because you do not want to get deleted right now. Sniper on deck, ready to go. 2H from that distance, excuse me, overhead. No super to do anything with, but he will take you to the corner with that.
I really like that. Kilo is very active with doing something that is punishable by frames and then just following it up with a spot dodge or another DP or something, like recognizing like, hey, maybe I'll get punished anyways, but what if they're late and then they try to swing with a heavy and I spot dodge it, then I smoke them for it. Oh, speaking of getting smoked, all the way to the corner, didn't spend the 6-6H though. Able to close it out either way.
I think I'm ahead of you guys actually.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah, you guys might have been it. It should even up here in a sec.
There we go. Gets a throw.
What happened was I forgot when you click spectate in the lobby, you have to hit X a second time to actually watch the match. So I hit spectate and forgot to tap it.
I've done that so many times. It was like my first time I did Runner Rumble. I got smoked by that. But Kilo, low on health, gotta do something fast. X Gorilla, he did the EX cancel off into another, and it worked out. He did the EX Gorilla blade into the EX above you. The EX none. The EX teleport.
Yeah, you're deaf ahead of us.
Sorry if I'm going a little too far. Give me the spoilers.
There it is. All right, now we're safe.
Yeah, okay,
I think we're. Who took that game then? Monarch?
It was Monarch. Yeah.
All right, so 1-0 Monarch. We should be synced back up now.
This next match here.
All right, spent the EX Fireball trying to get in, but Monarch had a well-timed jump, finds the 2H. A little too far for the boot. A little too far for the throw, too.
It's a TP. I love it. I love it with this character. Such a call. It's the ST flavor right there.
Wow, great anti-air off the wall jump. Keeps him in the corner, and he baits out the DP.
Great awareness.
This is going to be so hard for Monarch to come back this round.
This is looking long. Yep.
Yeah. Great block string to get the chip out.
It was a done deal, it looked like right there. Everything had to come back from Monarch. The DP wasn't back. But we're already back in the corner. Always from boot. And the people in the chat, they're probably like, April, patch me soon. Well, I'm going to tell you what, the check is still going to be strong. EX on the other side. Fireball, the mix. Rekata.
Slight life lead for Monarch here. Nice spot dodge on the EX Fireball, and then uses EX Gorilla Blade back in with plus frames. Oh, that's an unblockable. Yep, got caught. Oh, too early on the throw, though. He hadn't quite landed yet.
That was an awkward confirm for Lance to try and get. I like the
Nice,
jump.
called out the DP this time. Gonna go straight into the super.
Not quite.
No, this is gonna do it, but this is, I think, gonna... Yeah, it pushed it back enough that now he's completely out of the corner.
And this is big EX record chip range. Such a strong option. Oh, wow.
Get into
Still though, like any
L.
2H, any bad jump by Monarch into 2H could close this out, but instead he's able to bait the jump out of Kilo and finds the anti-air.
What a prophet you are. Called the 2H, or the crouch 2H.
Pretty
Good stuff by Monarch. He's playing super solid, eliminating a lot of the options, but as soon as I said that, he got punished.
Yeah, fishing for the counter hit, and he went for that ground reset into throw, and you can see Monarch was just blocking during the string. Oh yeah, that's a... It is so hard to beat Gran on a clash, especially if you clash with the second hit auto combo. Like, if you don't have a DP, you don't have a lot of options there.
Right in the corner.
Faking with
Like
the
neutral
jump.
Yeah, I like that option. Kind of deal with the DPs. He's been getting clipped by a lot of the light ones. So even if you're not going to punish, you need to eliminate that from his toolkit. Right?
Yeah, and only EX DPs are air unblockable after the startup frames. Like, regular DPs will be air unblockable up until the point that they start up, but for a character like Gran, that's only 7 frames of air unblockable.
Yeah. Go on.
Space, yep.
Great space.
Oh, and he found, what, the anti-air 5M on the empty jump? Nice conversion, too. Great awareness by Kilo.
Yeah, we talk about Kilo's awareness all the time.
Yeah, especially online, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
he misses so few confirms off of the weirdest hits, off of anti-air close 5M against an empty jump. He was ready to dial it out.
That's one of those things where, like, again, like, you know, these characters are strong, but, like, if you can optimize those situations, those weird interactions and kind of lab those out, that's going to set you apart from other Gran players.
Oh, Grimy mixed up again. Shows rears its ugly head.
Back it off this side for the sweep.
Oh,
overhead
the Kilo special.
Boom.
I like that. Just took the knockdown.
What the Oki? Rekka not interrupting just yet. Low space boot. EX Fireball. Been a lot of bars here, but so is
Super Skybound. Yeah, this isn't going to quite do it, I don't think. I don't know. There was only 2 hits. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, he definitely cut it real short to get the
max
skill.
Yeah,
nice.
Even characters with no damage can do damage if you just do 2 buttons into Super Skybound.
Yeah, that's what, like, we were talking about this like before. Like, you want to eliminate that. You want to figure out when you're supposed to be throwing out those buttons, those auto combo buttons for the cooldowns, or if you want to use them for the game.
We saw a couple of people doing this last week, but like backdashing to make the boot whiff is how Monarch got this first hit in the second round. Oh, yeah,
base out the DP.
Yeah, the people who have managed to do well against Kilo, a lot of that has come down to messing with the spacing to either make boot whiff or make it be too close. Nice delay into the Gorilla Blade to punish the spot dodge.
That's the second layer. We were talking about that spot dodge before. And he eliminated it.
Oh, I think he can zip through. Oh, no, it just caught him raw.
He's command dashing already active.
Yeah,
it was a solid 40%.
Yeah, there's a little bit of startup. I'm trying to go to the other side, so I don't think he was quite safe. So, but Kilo still has to make a lot happen.
Press the button when he shot.
I mean, really, any touch into EX boot right now will finish this round. I like this. Use the fireball just to get out of the wall bounce range.
Yeah. Oh, not quite.
Plus frames. Ooh, escaped.
To get out,
wow, nobody holding anything. Yep, Super Skybound. And he went for the far one. That was so risky. And that neutral jump was, like, literally the only thing he could have done to punish.
Perfect call out to not get chipped, to take that round from the jaws of the defeat.
We talk about situational things. You talk about how to deal with these characters. Like, everyone, yo, this is a simple game, easy game. Anyone can play this. But it seems like that are going to set you apart from other players.
Yeah, it's the little thing.
Jumping, yeah. Those all add up, especially in a high-damage game like this.
Wow.
That's actually a fine trade. If you're Kilo, take that trade every time. Maybe not this one, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah. There's a corner
because he wasted the EX Fireball. He doesn't have it for a little bit.
Yeah, and he's back out.
But here we go.
So the corner doesn't get the high heal on top of it. Okay, it's going to go into Sky Bounce. It's going to be close.
I think that's going to kill. I'm feeling it today.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
All right, so Monarch moving on in winners, running it back after last week, and Kilo being sent down to losers a little bit earlier this time. So let's see if he's able to claw his way back.
I will be right back. I'm going to go empty my bladder a second. So.
Man, you could have said anything
Zach in a
else.
box. Zach in a box tapping out before me, before the old man. Both of us
I've
old
been
men, me
hydrating
and St.
myself.
Cola, were able to hold it longer than you? Wow.
These young cats, they don't know. I'm drinking
Shameful.
coffee right now.
I have to play soon, man.
Actually shameful.
Wow.
All right, so
Whack.
up next, we're gonna have Axis against Macho. I have not seen these two played. I'm not sure if they've played each other yet. Actually, I should double check if they played last week.
I'm not quite sure either. But, you know, obviously Macho, an accomplished Lancelot player. He found his character. He was playing Matera before. I'm sure you guys have discussed this last week. I want to reiterate it again. He was playing Matera, and then he found his calling in Lancelot. He loves the mix, and Lancelot definitely has that. And against a character like Ladiva, Lancelot has so many great options. The Gorilla Blade, the X Fireball. It's so thick, it's hard to just, you know, spot dodge or even just roll through.
That said, I mean, she's a character who, you know, he has a really wonky reversal. And if called out properly, she can smoke characters on DP punishes. She hits very hard on punishes.
Oh, it's going to take us one good air grab, one good read to start that pressure. I mean, that's the life of the grappler. Punish on the sweep, yes, sir. Nice bait. Opens up the teleport. We're going with the loops.
Yeah, so far Macho getting pretty much everything that he wants. Optimal start for him.
Yeah, overhead. No counter, so big punish. Just spin that whole bar. Teleporting right out of there, though, is Macho.
Nice anti-air with the 2H. The Rekka whiffed, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, he's one of very few characters who can dial out the same option and combo off of both regular and counter hit anti-air, so...
Not going to work.
Yep, good punish. Spends the EX Rekka.
Yeah, I feel like that's a safe way to apply pressure is just jump up and like you're gonna be safe from a command grab super. So.
Yeah, and Ladiva, one of the downsides of her supers is her non-command grab super is not an anti-strike tool. It's specifically an anti-projectile super. It'll just get stuffed by hits. So really, there's no good wake-up option there.
Okay, lots of good record pressure right here. Even though he's getting spaced out, you see the walk forward, the dash forward. To stay in. Good challenge though by Axis.
Ooh, the 2H called out the correct option. Not able to get the full confirm from it. But now Macho's going to have to think about risking the ground pound.
Is he going to have to think with that overhead, the counter hit? Now he gets all that bar back. Nice medium. Gets the full record pressure. This has been the story of this match. Is like how many times how are you gonna get out of the corner? How are you going to fight back this character? You have to wait for those air options and contend with them.
Yeah,
swing in the air, nothing there.
Yeah, not even close enough for the air grab.
Getting counter hit by that fireball actually kind of saves Axis there for this round for a moment.
Okay. All right, there's a chance. One hit's all it takes.
It's going to be a big amount of damage, but he needs a lot more. But
it's going to be less. Oh, wait, this might be dead. I think this is dead. Yeah.
Off the H.
Goodbye, Lancelot. And that's what we were talking about. Look how quickly this character can turn around a overwhelmingly losing match.
I don't care what anybody says. Ladiva's super strong. When she, I mean, so that's the life of the grappler, right? You find the right hits. You roll the dice right, and you make it happen.
And a real specific, something I want to point out was that Axis didn't use the big damage Super Skybound as the reversal. He used the regular command grab Skybound. A big difference being there is that pushed like 2/3 of the screen. He went from being in the corner to being all the way past mid-screen and was able to find the corner on the next touch.
Interesting.
Yeah, smart stuff. So not the matchup knowledge and that character knowledge as well too. Throw into the corner. It's gonna just, corpse move him all the way there. Bad tech by Axis. Again, you have to figure out, how do I get out of this corner? What do I do? He finds his mark.
This is the start. Safe jump. But yeah, and what we were talking about, the 2H earlier put it in Macho's mind that he has to not use just a regular jump in or else he might get smoked for it, and he went for the slash and got punished.
Off the wall.
Super Skybound, this is going to be a hard knockdown. If he did the real input, I think there's going to be pressure here as well. Just going to throw out the fireball.
There's a throw, mix-up time.
All right, this is going to be hard for Axis. No 2H. Yeah, finds the counter hit. That I don't even think that was a throw. I think that might have been a late 5L trying to challenge.
Yeah.
Macho taking game 1, but he definitely got a scare there from Axis in that game.
I mean, yeah, he actually, you know, he
that is the closest someone has been to losing a game that they led 90% of every round.
But like I don't know if it's been mentioned, but last week against Monarch, different lands obviously, Axis, I believe it was Axis, nearly got quadruple perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a matchup where he got perfected the first 3 rounds and got 1 hit the 4th round.
A 5M.
And you can see the turnaround in like where that's what I was talking about kind of at the beginning of the show, that Axis had shown some knowledge gaps against some of the characters, maybe matchups he hadn't played a lot or not gotten quality players to play against, and how quickly he's able to take information and turn that into a game plan. It kind of shows how long he's been playing these Arxis games.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the turnaround in just 1 week comparative to what happened.
Oh, that's going to be a punish.
Oh, nice reaction. Yeah.
Big damage.
That's one of the benefits of like having that fireball come out that's a little bit slower. Is like Ladiva can easily punish that. We should punish any fireballs with their Skybound on, right? But even easier, no, sir.
Yes. Safe for Skybound, because why?
Yeah, that was actually a very aggressive, considering that he didn't need a lot to make that round happen, and Ladiva had already burned her anti-projectile tool, right? And he had not used EX Fireball when he got punished. He could have just put out EX Fireball.
Right, corner time.
Able to escape the corner.
Oh,
2H a little late. Ooh, that was scary.
Overhead finally connects.
But look at the health on Ladiva. Like, she's fine. All right, he does cash out EX Gorilla Blade.
I like this. You're gonna get your all your stuff back. Tools back in the shed, ready to use.
Yeah, we'll see if Axis uses Command Guard Super to bust out any of this pressure. But
okay, switch up the L that time.
Oh, he was going in for a scoop. Yeah. Everyone felt it.
Yeah.
We saw that one slight delay. Like, uh-oh.
Like, I jumped in my chair. I held up instinctively on the stick that's on my lap.
I'm not even playing. What the hell? Nice switch on the other side here. Goes for the Skybound.
This isn't going to be enough. He still has to be careful. Like a manually input 720 can KO from this range. Nice backup from Macho. Good stuff, just not being near and perfectly spaced 6-6H to collect the plus frames from it. Must be nice, Lancelot.
It is nice. It's very, very nice.
It's sort of a mix-up, too, because if you try to react to the EX Flash with Ladiva, you might get hit by the thrust. Because it's not strike and burn roll.
I see. Like you're thinking like it might be like the fireball, and you sort of react to it. We get a reactions. Nice anti-air overhead. Please wait. Now we're back in.
I really like how Macho sold that throw. He had been doing fast fall into throw and overhead, and instead he just did a slow walk up into it.
Yeah, this is big chip territory. That's so cheap.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. You can't do anything. The perfect.
Yeah.
You saw trying to mash out wasn't going to happen.
And unfortunately for Axis, he was short 3% meter. He had no Skybound to mash out of that gap.
So it's literally, you have to take the chip.
All right, so Macho moving on to winners.
Winners finals. We have Lance Mirror.
Yeah, Lance Mirror, winners final. So
I
think we can say that this character is pretty good, holding two of the top 3 spots guaranteed. Okay. After he took 4, there were 4 Lancelots in top 8 of NLBC last week. All right, so up next, we're gonna Bright Side up against Trev Ward, who fought really hard actually to battle his way to top 8. Good stuff for him. After losing kind of early, was able to work his way here in the first top 8 losers match.
We got Bright Side. Action. Speaking of rolling the dice, we're gonna see all the light DPs come out with no remorse.
Round start, light DP, light DP, light DP, light DP. You know what? It's not. It's something that's hard to punish. It's not a dumb option. It's actually a smart thing.
I can't think of something that Bubs can really do if you just like half screen light DP.
I don't think that I wouldn't. Like, I don't think of Brightside historically as a Street Fighter 4 player. He did play the game a bit, but, like, that is Street Fighter 4 energy, right? If you played Ken at all in that game, you know to whiff a light DP and then input a heavy DP.
Right. Just to get them to react, and it worked out. It worked out on me. We'll see if it works out on Trev here. But honestly, this is one of those matchups where like conceptually, like in my mind, I see that Bubs does pretty decent. Like, it can't be throwing out fireballs. The teleport actually is a great reactionary tool. The zoning game is really great on Bubs, and honestly, Gran has difficulty with that, with health fireballs there.
Wow, look at Gran's Gran's fireball is so good. This character is dope.
That's the thing. Like, one EX fireball into knockdown could just put the pressure on.
All right, nice roll. And Brightside trying to put, this is how he plays, right? He makes a very uncomfortable pace, and you have to decide to either match it or to try to force him to slowing down, and he's going to close out this round one quickly.
I think he closed this round because he went into 2L, 5L instead of 2L, 2L. Scaling was way less. So good stuff from Brightside.
And again, you gotta stay optimal. Again, this game simple, but I'm telling you, there's so many things you got to get through.
Oh,
unfortunate for Trevor. Already to the corner. This is bad.
Okay. Great block though.
Block.
Oh.
Nice. Gets the spin back. He's smart about using that, but he spins on the EX. He's got him in the corner. What's the step after this? The jump out. Yeah, jump you. You see if he's just waiting for
all his professionals available now.
There you go.
DP. Here we go. And it felt like Trevor had such a strong position, but he didn't really get much damage. I look at the life now. It's still squarely in Brightside's favor.
For a character that's about control, it just seems like Gran at the same time can just kind of wreck all that, right? Can just destroy that game plan once he gets in. Like, you have to worry so much as Bubs, just in general.
Yeah, you can never really be comfortable. You have to know in the back of your head that 1-5L challenge is delete. Brightside taking game one.
That was good. That was good patience from Brightside. Didn't really get hit in the corner. Obviously, it's a really annoying pressure from Bubs to just keep spinning, but it's really minimal damage if you just sit there and punch.
Yeah, it doesn't even connect all of the hits usually if he's spaced out, so you're taking very small amounts of chip. Right side, trying to find the timing to navigate with spot dodges.
Nice boot to interrupt the fireball game.
Now, strong position for Gran.
DP right there. Man, that light DP's been working on. I think it works pretty well on, you saw the DP right there. DP, another DP. The DP has been working out.
With grabbing a DP.
Yes.
Yo.
Brightside, let's go. They get punished there though, so that might deter him, but maybe not. Trev is looking for a way to train Kilo. I'm sorry, Brightside.
What a boot! Called out the charge on the fireball and was able to cover that space with boot and counter hit the startup before it even came out.
Gig's dive though.
When that hits media.
Good patience by Trevor. Didn't push.
Nice. Understands that that's not a true block.
Nice backdash.
Double roll.
Oh, he gets chased down, but no spin available.
This is the control Trev wanted.
Oh, didn't quite get the pickup, but
overhead though.
Able to close it out. Trevor was, had a couple of scramble situations there, but did a good job of you could see repositioning to regain control where he could. Trying to not fall into Brightside's trap of making that scramble pace.
There we go. Trev backing off, trying to stay away from the brute, trying to deal with that range. Here we go. EX in. Jump. Here goes for the throw.
Empty jump throw.
All right. Good again.
Yes. All right.
Yo,
one more.
Hit him with one more. It's interrupted there.
I think he did go for it.
Yeah.
Yo, just throw it out again. What is this match? Confirm off the M.
The fireball, the damage.
Oh no!
Now, so, yeah.
I like the idea of the neutral jump, but unfortunately did not come down in time. Thy name by Hama.
Trevor, I think, is just lucky that there were no EXs available for Gran to use here. He would have been smoked otherwise.
That's the big thing about.
Oh no, and the DP.
But it's the big thing if you see Gran spend his EXs in the corner, you're just like, you know what? Might as well challenge. Obviously, you're still taking a decent amount of damage into Super Skybound, but you're not dying.
Yeah, you're better off that way, right? Auto combo baits it out.
I got the punish.
That's the thing about Bubs is if he doesn't have the spin, he's not gonna get any damage, right? He has to rely on his other normals, and they're not as good on a return. So once that's gone, once you've used that, you have to think about what else can I use to establish maybe not even pressure or damage, but just a control, space control. Nice interruption on the boot though.
But yeah, you see, if he did spend spin, if Brightside just whips DP, it's okay, you get 5M, okay.
Nice, keep up the pressure. Jump you though. Didn't get a deep one. Shallow cuts.
-4, but
Cancels into the fireball, trying to get the X boot. Trevor getting over the neutral jump, but the punish. Skybound art.
big pressure from Brightside right now. Okay. Gonna fight. Trevor's gonna fight his way out of the corner. Yes, -4. A lot of skill, a lot of auto combo, but this might do it still.
I think it will. I'm gonna call it. I think it will.
Yeah,
As he moves on with the finish. Like, nice by Trev. Found it. He's found it. He's found the pacing, right, that he needs to play it. He's found the control, and that's what this character is about space control. It's about controlling the opponent and their options. And you see a lot of punishable things by Brightside that were working out before that aren't as much.
Yeah, that's the thing about Brightside is that he hasn't gone to the second layer of 214L, the little slash move that's -4 that he just got punished for. You can go into boot after that and try to catch the button if they try to punish, but he hasn't shown that really much yet.
I think in general, a lot of people forget that there is a light version of Grand's Rekka that you don't have to go straight into boot.
Yeah. Okay, challenge. Yeah, -4 again. Yeah, he's not going to that second layer, booting afterwards. And
I didn't know that wall bounced that far. Jesus. With the 2-2H. I actually thought he had messed up by not going directly into Skybound there, but good knowledge.
See, yeah, the patience with Trevor now, punishing the things he needs to punish.
Oh, misspaced that. Good punish by Brightside.
Oh,
the punish is there.
No fear.
I like the health fireball. You know, you're setting the dodge base right there too as well. Jump H doesn't connect too far in, but he does get the M.
Not a very bad punish though. I mean, for a DP that could have gone way worse. EX fireball's gone.
Well, I think he wanted to save the EX because now like anything kills, and he has a lot of tools to just pressure on and still kill off of 1 EX. Okay, he's out of the corner though.
Like the buffer, like the frame traps though. Front trap.
Run in there.
Oh, nope, not holding it.
All right, yeah,
EX.
Nice.
How did he get out of the corner? What?
I think Bub's DP, EX DP just moved.
Yeah, or possibly if he input it manually, maybe he got like a micro step right before it came out or something.
Yeah.
Or for all I know, Grand JU is so good that it like causes a wind that vacuums when he swings. Nice teleport, able to regain the corner.
I like using EX Fireball because you still have EX spin available.
Yeah, and I like it also leads to that frame kill of the whiff 2L into the teleport and still get the meaty.
Oh,
Air to air, no pick up.
Overhead.
Oh, but challenge is after overhead on a hit?
Now,
Sir.
I think that overhead is only +1, and Grand 5L is 5 frames, but I don't think Beelzebub has a 5 frame. I may be incorrect on that, but I don't think his 5L is.
I think he does have a 5 frame. I'll have to check too, but doesn't matter. Here's the EX boot though.
EX boot takes it.
Brightside closing it out, moving on in losers.
Man.
Good stuff to Trevor though.
Brightside.
Had a pretty good showing, not just in that match, but in the bracket in general. Oh, okay, yeah. So we are getting confirmation that his 5L is 5
There we
frames.
go. Okay, good. I know I wasn't bugging too much. I should know. I played him for like a couple weeks until I moved on.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But people, you know, you could get me to stick with one character soon.
Don't give it away. We'll have something in the works. So up next, we're gonna have Zach in a box coming back up against Chris Chaos. Gonna see Fairy against Matera. Chris Chaos having to play a lot of Fairy matches today.
And he has played this match a considerable amount since we played a decent amount in bracket and in the first month. We ran into each other a lot. I'm sure but it's been a while since we've been able to play, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of matches like that where a lot of us kind of played each other early on when the game launched and haven't necessarily met in bracket since. That's the scary part is when you won that match. And you have to try. You have your assumptions like, oh yeah, I smoked them last time, but you don't know how much better they've gotten. All right, opening with the 5H.
Oh, wow.
Response with the sweep, though, from the same spacing. Able to catch the knockdown, stuffs the EX whip. That's going to be tough for Zach for a little bit. Not going to have an anti-fireball tool for a little.
You see a lot of assault M's coming through, but
Chris Chaos is definitely going to use it until it's proven that he's anti-aired. And that was a well-spaced 2U. That was going to be safe even if it didn't hit.
Okay, wake up with the buttons to DP, with the space. Knockdown with the fireball. Chris Chaos letting him loose. I like how he'll go for the standing L and then just kind of dash back with the assault just to see what Zach's gonna do. Nice dashing back to the setup. EX, you certainly are.
Skybound, yeah, nice link. Closes it out. Good combo there from Chris Chaos.
Chris Chaos is really great with spacing. And also just switching up the options like, okay, 2L or 5L, I'm going out, I'm going back in.
Another well spacing. Yeah, this 2U usage by Chris Chaos is really good right now. Baits out the DP. Okay, didn't get a full punish, but he was able to create a situation to assault in there.
And now he's got her in the corner.
Butterfly. Yep. Got to hold the pressure. Empty jump off the assault. And quick round from Chris Chaos, moving up 1-0.
That's a perfect right there.
I mean, we saw a perfect earlier by him, but it was like a 45-second perfect, right? This was like an actual, like a traditional smoke someone round.
Yes, well, again, Chris Chaos is very slippery. His assault use is really great. His options with the character are fine-tuned. You saw the sweep come out, even if it was, blocked. It was going to be well-spaced, so it's not going to be punishable. Man, round start just moves right through. And here we go. This is the thing that's been giving him so much trouble. Is the movement. You gotta lock Chris Chaos down. He ran right into that. Sweet. Set up. GG. Cover me. H. I'm putting the pressure on. Says Zach. Keeping him locked down. A little bit more aggressive this time, but Chris Chaos is already out of the corner. The EX version gets the knockdown, the hard one. Throw. Yeah, butterfly setup. This has been Chris Chaos' big thing. Butterfly setup. Loops. Skybound art.
Clean combos. Gets the animation. This should close out the round. Oh, just short. All right, Zach's still alive here. Double butterflies, though. Yeah, that was going to be so hard to avoid chip in that situation.
That is like through a pen needle. And Chris Chaos, like, I love how he optimizes situations right after the Skybound art. Understand, like, look, they're not going to go anywhere. I've got my butterflies on deck. That's just great meter usage. And a mark of a great player.
Nice roll by Zach. Yeah, able to put the positioning to a bit more favorable. All right.
So,
no info and reversal here for Matera. So she's going to have to hold this pressure for a little bit. Finds the poke out, though. Oh, no. I'm not sure what Zach was doing there.
I was DPing.
Okay. Was it skill DP, so you were like holding forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That slight walk forward has been problematic for a lot of people.
Avoids the air grab and able to get a side switch here. Chris Chaos right back out of the corner, though.
I do like that Zach. The thing is, changed from the last round has been a lot more aggression, right? Just like smooth through the fireballs, not taking too much of the pressure that he can. And
ooh, that was a miscue. Oh, a little bit of a drop, though.
Try to capture the mistakes. Nice XDP to take out the air fireball.
Damn.
But the jump in, man. Super Skybound.
I'm dead.
Oh, yeah, full animation. That's probably that's going to be it. It looks like.
Low health, big damage.
Yeah, Chris Chaos moving on in the loser's side of the bracket. Good stuff to him.
His optimization with this character, dude. Just his movement, and then he was like, okay, cool. Now Zach wants to go, and now Zach wants to be more aggressive. Now Zach wants to find us hit so we can start the GG mix-ups and things like that. Just his patience also on defense. Everything was super strong by Chris Chaos. He recognized what Zach wanted to do and shut it all down.
Right,
yeah, that's the hard part, is that if I don't time the far M correctly, it's going to assault over.
Yeah, Chris Chaos, just in general, his movement's always been great with this character in all the matches he's been playing lately. So,
all right, so we're going to move on to our losers' quarters. First match going to be Axis against Brightside.
Okay, so Axis stepping up to the plate with that Ladiva. Brightside swinging them light punch DPs out again, and the neutral. We talked about this, didn't they? See, this is the thing about commentary. I forget what happened previously. If it's like 2 matches over, man, it's out of my mind. I'm being honest with y'all. Didn't they play?
No,
not
this week.
Not this week.
Trying to remember if they did last week.
Maybe I'm thinking of last week. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they played. But just, I don't remember the result, but I just remember that they have, at least at some point, maybe I've played, or maybe I'm just bugging. But anyway, Gran versus Ladiva. It was Seth series that we did see on this stream though. Get run over by Gran, and again, that's just the options that character has against to stop Ladiva, the fireball pressure, right? The DP to stem, or to at least get in the mind that you can't always go for the command grab.
Right.
But again,
the fast DP is just so strong.
It's so ridiculous. Try punishing that. Like it's very difficult. The trade goes for the fireball, just backs off, doesn't overextend.
Big
sweep punish.
Nice. And that sweep is like a gun. So like if you're in that range and you block it, it's like a win.
Yeah, very high risk, high reward option for getting a safe jump with a grappler that's guaranteed. Always great. At the same time, though, it's like minus 14 or something. Like you can punish it with pretty much anything that you want.
Okay, nice.
Axe has got to work his way out of the corner. He's trying to find something off the normals here. That bless 2L.
It does seem like Axis will get his Skybound, right? Here we go. So
yeah, just as you said, but
not going to get an opportunity to use it though.
Yeah, that Skybound once in the neutral, once that becomes available, now it's hard for Grand to throw a fireball, but it doesn't even need to.
Brightside though has been like not overextending too much. You see a lot of people kind of going in against the Diva, and they don't need to.
Brightside has played a fair amount of games in with different types of grapplers, so playing against the grapplers,
you can see that he's still willing to risk that DP there, despite Ladiva having some of the better DP punish options mid-screen in the game. Nice, good challenge with the 2L.
Overhead.
Plus frames. Caught him trying to jump out this time, but not able to get the full reward for it.
I like the cancel on the sweep and the fireball, just backing off. I like that. Just kind of chipping away. Mixing up his options, no 2P, no anti-air.
Nice scoop. X is doing a good job varying the number of headbutts that he does. Oh, no punish though. It recovers pretty quickly for an SPD.
Yeah.
Brightside has to be careful of fireballs now.
Wow.
Yo, that raw hit.
Oh no, and that's the round.
Oh, special, Brightside.
Oh wait, he did regular Skybound. He didn't have Super Skybound available. Good tech by Axis. Axis not out of this yet. Brightside has to be careful with the fireballs. Yeah, just faking it. He knows better.
Anyone else would throw that fireball, but he throws it at the EX boot. Wipe my shoes off.
Kind of same thing we were talking about earlier in the Lance match. If you try to react to the EX flash, the yellow flash, since it's not strike invulnerable, Ladiva Skybound, it could just get snuffed out by the. So it's a tough situation to be in for an Axis. And speaking of tough situations,
I think the only thing that would have even beaten Boot there is maybe EX anti-air grab, which is like beyond a read and a half. Wow, stay in the corner too.
Yep.
Yeah,
what a round by Brightside.
Man, Brightside is just going in. He's definitely established himself. And it's so hard because Axis can't find that momentum that all grapplers want, right? They want those few guesses, those few dice rolls to go in their favor. But here we go. EX, plus frames, he's using all of those.
Wow, holding up. Holding up again.
I like the wait, too. Wait for a DP.
Nice pressure here by Axis. Yeah, finally the scoop comes.
After all that, right?
Great harassment with buttons by Axis, just not letting Brightside move out of the corner. And the patience! 5H into EX headbutt? What a poke.
Yeah, you could tell, as a fighting game player, Axis is not just a grappler player. You can just sit back in the corner, cage in with just normals, and win that match.
And he had the range, too, to avoid any of the DPs that would have came out, too, as well.
Oh, no. Missed time to punish. And, yeah, Brightside was holding down back. The Lariat whipped. Nice link off the close 5M.
EX.
That's the EX DP so that you still have an EX available if need be. There it is.
Yeah, plus frames at that spacing.
Bad tech, he goes in, knows it's his turn, and takes the round.
Okay.
All right, Brightside, 2 perfects in 3 rounds. Gonna move on in losers, 2-0. Good stuff to Axis, though. Another top 8 for him. Taking home 5th place tonight.
Let's move on through this bracket.
So now we have up next the grand final.
Yeah, grand finals of last week.
And winners finals of last week up in losers quarter.
So the good news for Chris Chaos is he's going to get his run back here from last week. But regardless of who wins, they're still going to have a long road to grand finals.
Right. And that's the thing is that actually both of their sets, in the winners finals, grand finals, they were 3 out of 5 sets.
Yes.
And the story of last week was that Kilo went up 2-0, and then Chris brought it back 3.
Yeah, 3-2 in winners finals,
3-2, yeah.
and then in grand finals, Kilo actually changed to Charlotta to siphon off 2 games before changing to Grand and getting the reset with Grand, and then was able to close out grand finals, which I believe that reset also went 3-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last round. It was such a great match. But we're gonna have to get it in losers quarters because we have the invasion of Lances this week.
Yeah, definitely no 3-2 here. Losers quarters, only a 2 out of 3 match.
Gotta make those adjustments real fast.
Yeah, but they've had 2 relatively long sets, so we'll see how that plays into this week. Going from week to week.
Starting with the L, the combo, the EX knockdown.
Wow, anti-air boot.
Ooh,
All right,
corner.
Gran. All right. And Chris Chaos was able to show something that I was showing against Brightside earlier. He was definitely gave us the O moment when we saw him rolling the fireballs and then just blocking so that Grant could not safely do the boot follow-up. And you see Kilo, his adjustment there is to just go for the raw boot. What a 5L challenge against the overhead.
And we talk about Chris Chaos's awareness as well on defense. When he gets a 5L, like Abare in the air, he knows exactly what the combo is to get the maximum amount of damage and space.
Yeah, I think out of the players who we've seen compete in these first 2 weeks of these online tournaments, these 2 have definitely shown the highest awareness and the Abare conversions.
Just with that final pressure, gets the assault, the jump, and the EX knockdown.
Oh,
Nice.
Safe jump too.
Yeah, that was
good bait
great.
there.
The frame kill with the 5M into the safe jump.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
the
getting it
EX.
out.
I love
so
that.
tricky.
Yeah, so that's one of those things where, like, this character, you just gotta bait out DPs, you could bait out, like, a reaction using that EX air fireball. Chris Chaos can take that first match, and now you see Kilo waiting at the select screen, kind of thinking about this one for a second. Because that was a smooth match by Chris.
Yeah, Brightside pointing out how Kilo tried to 2H the assault. I mean, that's something, especially online, you need to time cop that shit. You need to go into the future, know it's coming, and do that 2H well before it's done.
Yeah.
From that Minority Report.
Definitely a big read, but it's gonna be hard against Vatera, who has so many different options.
Chris is moving through these fireballs. And again,
There it
I love
is,
that.
yes.
There
Okay,
it is.
just I think that actually was the punishable range that 5L could have done. It was just a little late. Good pressure here from Chris Chaos, and then backing off.
Yeah, and has all the screen to work with, or if he so chooses, to keep him in the corner.
Nice harassment with the
Move
far
it.
5L. And look,
Pluses.
this is...
Plus one pluses.
He's doing the best possible thing that you can do with your zoner, which is make a frustrating situation to trick the opponent into overextending. And he's going to get the full combo. Nice run up into the 5H. Going to cash out the super. I like this
Ideally, he
Skybound.
could get
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Cashing out the Skybound at 95% health, there's a good chance he'll go second if the round goes on long enough.
Chris Chaos on the verge, but he's in the corner right here. Brand can make anything happen. He's got Super Skybound up.
Oh, that's the hit that he needs. And I like this.
One
So he goes straight into Super Skybound, and he still has EX Fireball recovering on deck. It should be, if he gets a touch, he should be able to auto combo, and EX Fireball be just coming up.
Yep, you see that recovered everything back in his toolkit. But the back off went right into the fireball there. And Chris Chaos on match point.
to flip the script of Kilo going up 2-0 in these sets.
So here we go, setting out the butterflies, moving through the fireballs again, eliminating that option.
One thing from last week is that a lot of Kilo's game came from getting one knockdown from EX Fireball. Chris hasn't gotten hit by any of those recently.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point where, you know, as a zoner, you just have to play correctly, right? Like, you have to not mess up. That's the name of the game, is don't make a glaring mistake, and you should be able to control. And Chris Chaos doing a really good job, but what a pickup off of the anti-air.
You see the EX move for the corner carry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chase him down the EX, though, but he's already out, though.
despite all the control that it looks like Chris Chaos has had in this round, he's actually at a life deficit.
Yeah. Patient play from? Yeah,
This
once
is
EX
Fireball?
Fireball into knockdown, there it is.
Nice spot
Wow,
touch.
spot up.
No
Yeah,
boots
and
available,
he's
so
out
Chris
of-
Chaos can actually safely zone here for a little bit. EX Fireball's back, though. He has to watch out for that. Nice
Oh my
roll.
God. He's been rolling the EX Fireball so well in this set today.
Yeah, and it makes a very big difference in the timer and how long it takes for the EX Fireball timer to come out.
Nice.
He
Nice
does the EX
interruption on the
boot.
EX boot.
God damn! Oh my!
All right,
God.
no resources left for Kilo. This is great for Chris
Overhead.
Chaos if he can go in right now. What a DP!
What a call out.
It's not quite enough though.
Both of the Super Skybound Art,
Oh
they
my
get
God.
one hit into it.
Good block on the overhead.
Oh yeah. What did she do?
Could be spot dodge.
Oh.
No, just backs over the assault.
Doesn't reach, and Kilo trying to make something happen and gets shot out of the boot.
The second time the boot was interrupted.
Yeah.
Chris Chaos.
Chris Chaos awareness of how to deal with the boot, how to deal with EX Fireball, spot dodging, shooting it, whatever he needs to be done.
Yeah,
he did.
and a lot of that came down at the end to just clutching out the timing of happening to put out the fireball right when the boot came. And though either of those could have ended that round, and was able to find the clutch hit he needed to not get washed by Gran there. So Chris Chaos moving on to loser semis where he's going to face off against Brightside. So another Gran ahead of him.
Yeah. But we're gonna switch over to the winners finals. We got what I like to call the COVID-19 Classic right now. Delay-based netcode Lance.
Man, that character, especially delay-based netcode, hard to react. But again,
nobody's denying that the good, right? But you add a little bit of delay, and this character becomes
Oh yeah, the
impossible
difference
to defend
between
against.
fighting Lancelot in Delay 2 and fighting Lancelot in Delay 3 is gigantic. Like that is an entirely different matchup.
Yeah,
not even the block button will save you. But on a serious note, though, like in delay or not, yeah, you really have to use the delay, the block button against this character, and we've seen some people kind of not utilizing it as much, still getting mixed. And again, it's easier said than done, right? Easier said than done to incorporate in your game plan in a meaningful manner besides just holding down it for the defense. But maybe as a Lance player, you should know to use that, right? And I'm not seeing too many Lance mirrors, but I'm seeing one right now.
Not, but yeah. Oh, nice swap. But
Understand the record?
I confirmed off the second hit of the record, but no dice. Spends the EX Fireball. Whoa!
Nice anti-air off the H.
Uh-oh.
Another H. The Rekkas. Put into the corner.
Nice.
This is the classiest this set could have gone because it ended up with Charlotta theme rather than either than the Lancelot theme.
Oh, I got Lancelot.
Oh, maybe it is. Oh, maybe it's like my lobby settings or something then.
Interesting. Because in my game, I got Lancelot.
Yeah, I think I have the lobby set to random songs, so I guess it plays like whatever is the local lobby setting.
Alright, well, Macho has to go. Wow!
Wake up sweep!
Wake up sweep!
That's the same
I like that idea because if he did a delay fireball, it would have gone under. And that right there, that's a mix-up that Monarch shows often that Macho doesn't really use, actually. Throwing the EX fireball and then dashing into you so that one hit will make contact and then you can roll through to get a mix with the second and third hits.
Yeah, that's something Monarch has been showing since last week. Oh, great 2H awareness, yeah.
Big pickup. I mean, you didn't get too much off that, but we're back to mid-screen. Out of the corner, that could have been real bad for him.
Nice block by Monarch and a good challenge after.
Yeah. That's the big thing. If you do try to risk the second Rekka, it basically gives the other Lance his turn, and now this is the result. Wow.
Off the wall. Off the backboard, the EX. Try to set up the EX for an EX. Use the TP to get out, to get that corner, or get out of the corner position. We're both just fighting to stay not there.
That's not to use anything to OP. Can keep all of his stocks available, all of the specials. Alright, one for the 2 Rekka. 2-2H is now not available for both players, but that's
I
gonna be
think this is going to close it out. Yeah, game 1. Going to Macho.
And we also have, a difference of opinion right now. We got Dub, Lancelot on Monarch's side versus Weeb Hector, Japanese voices.
Listen, you can only vote for the person going to sub, not the dub.
I have to support Hector in this, actually. I'm on Team Macho.
It's definitely going for the sub, bro. Like,
This is the first time I've rooted for Macho in at least a month.
Finally, he has good taste.
As the corner control.
Nice, I like the run-up throw, yeah.
I like that. That's a really big mind game on the Rekka, is that if they decide to just sit back, sit tight. You can take those plus frames.
And especially the awareness to do the back throw there to get the positioning switch. Whoa, Lancelot, things are going on.
Too many things.
Wow! Lets the super rip during the block stream before the Rekka. Some aggression coming out of Macho.
No, just normal. It's though.
Yeah, and now
on the other side, off the
Monarch
backboard again.
Monarch doesn't have fireball, so that's gonna be huge in the.
Woo!
Oh
Yo!
Look at that chip, bro, spinning all the bars.
All right, he's no, he's not gonna spin the super skybound, and he just
What is going on? Command dash with the interruption.
Wow, that command dash reset was so gutsy. I can't believe he went for a second one. Like I can't believe
I don't
that
know
he.
if the second time was on.
Yeah,
Maybe
that was a
time,
bit
but-
much. The first one was scary though.
Too much momentum.
Really interesting to see in a mirror match that these two actually have super different approaches to pressures. They use entirely different mix-ups and another run-up back throw out of Monarch.
Oh, man, that must be annoying to deal with Lance himself, 2-2-H.
Yeah, as Lance.
Yeah, because
Oh, that's an
your
option.
only real option is to 2-2-H it back.
These fireballs clash. Both gone for both players. He's poking away. He's trying to open him up. He's backing off. See, that's the thing about Lance. Like, even in this matchup, he just back off a little bit, wait for things to come back, and then when he gets everything, he goes in.
Right.
You see Monarch spinning that bar, going for the loop, trying to go for the reset.
Yeah, doesn't want to
I
deal
know
with
about
it.
that.
Oh my god, whatever.
Good defensive options. By Macho.
Woo!
Air throw. Put him down, but wake up with a super nice neutral jump's gonna get away
Yeah,
from
and
that.
Macho will use it like that all the time. He has no qualms about using it strictly to get out of pressure, like not worrying whether or not it makes contact in any way.
Skybound, super Skybound available on Monarch's side, so he has that option too. As well now.
Oh, that's going to be
the
the... Yep.
That's impossible.
This round going to Monarch. Yeah, that... I don't even know how to say... Like, that is actually better than Rashid's version. It's faster. With a better hitbox. All right. Evening up, one round apiece here. This is a 3 out of 5. Keep in mind that even if Macho does take this game, Monarch's going to have one more game to adjust here.
Okay, off the backboard again.
That's so
Good
bad.
block. Maybe using the guard button correctly there. Another counter hit. Macho not getting his counter hit confirms on the Rekkas here.
Oof.
I believe.
Baits out the
Nice
2H.
bounce.
Other side.
Mhm.
Yeah, now full corner control. See where the 2-2-H comes out. It's gonna happen eventually.
Okay, medium. Just buffering those mediums. Looking for an opening here.
There it is.
Trying to meet him in the sky.
Hey. Oh wow, challenge. Yeah, he tried to run up and back throw again on plus frames, but Macho.
Jump
no
in.
challenge.
EX.
Here it comes.
Next
Yeah,
up for either
2-2-H.
player will do it.
Doesn't want to deal with that, but now 2-2-H is gone for both. There it is.
Oh, he got the jump in
Oh,
on
he
the
did
monkey.
it again!
Yeah.
I think he's
Did
doing
the
ED with super. Oh my god. Yeah.
What a mistake.
It's happened to me before where you try to do easy input super with you and skill, but sometimes the skill just comes out. If you don't end in forward and you go back to neutral, sometimes the skill button neutral over to
It's kind of like that with a
or
lot
the
of,
5U, because that was 5U.
it's like that with a lot of like even like the DPs. You have to end with like the button going forward a little bit so you can like assure that it takes that over anything else, over any other inputs. But here we go. Monarch going in right now on Macho. Baits out the EX teleport. That's an option gone, so he's stuck in the corner for a while. Until he does the backboard. I'm a liar. Macho going in. The EX to pick up off the heavy loop time. Yes, sir. What's the setup after this, though? Goes for the EX fireball. And open up low. He says, no, I know about this. I'm holding the guard button. The trade. The trade. EX. Good blocks, though.
Yeah, that was
Macho staying solid. That could have been way worse.
yeah. Macho won that exchange because he didn't have to use 2-2-H, but gonna be big scaling on this, but into one mix. He does have EX Fireball available if he so chooses. There it is.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
Oh.
Overhead.
That's so hard because your mind is like, okay, I'm finally gonna block the low. You're gonna flip the script, but then the overhead just comes relatively fast. Plus, you can't throw it.
It's up by Macho. Back throw. It's a battle of attrition to put them in the corner, especially with the Rekkas. And with whatever hits you can get, and there it is again with the Rekkas. Find the hits with the Rekkas, with the Gorilla Blade, you put them in the corner, you make them, you eliminate their DP option, so you only have to worry about the off the wall, right?
Okay, doesn't want to deal with pressure. Back them is free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
6-6-8 or 6-6-8. a really good tool.
I mean, it's not something you're going to be able to react to when it comes out. It's going to catch you moving forward. Macho.
2M in response to the overhead. There it is again. Same mix-up.
Yeah, no counter hit, though.
Okay, wall jump again. Impossible. Alright, back to mid-screen. Monarch's turn. Oh,
EX interrupts that. I like that. Spin that cash like right now just to eliminate the EX Gorilla Blade off the light. The thing is, like, that jump L, people don't talk about, like, they talk about Charlotta's jump Ls, right? They talk about other characters' jump Ls, but, like Lance's jump L is
big.
blessed. It's a really great button. It's a fat button.
Yeah, it's for as tiny as it looks, it's got some meat on it. Alright, Macho up 2-1.
Round start Gorilla Blade, not even
Oh,
an
and
EX
he
version.
finds the jump in.
Mark on the other side here. Go with his loops. Let things rebuild.
Yeah, and
Yo,
in response,
I love that neutral jump.
right? But now Macho's out of the corner. Definitely has the space to work with now. And this game, this mirror match is so momentum heavy because now in the similar situation is Monarch when he just had this position 10 seconds ago. Okay, overhead. Yeah, the challenges after overhead hit, like, about only like +1. But in a mirror match, that's huge.
Yeah, that's massive.
But still
Yeah,
challenging.
corner carry.
Wow,
That's
he went in, but yeah, save. Super Skybound save from Lance because of Y.
Off the wall. Gorilla Blade doesn't use the EX.
Overhead block. Yeah, we're getting into chip range, but doesn't let the hits rock. Yeah. Super
Record
Skybound
time.
available for Monarch. 2-2H incoming. Great jump back L.
But he's at the wall, so it's gonna be harder to use that Super Skybound art.
I
But
like.
give him the space.
Yeah. I like Macho backing up, but went back in, and he's gonna be on match point after.
Yo, that's dangerous. Macho didn't even have all the meter, all the things to work with on deck,
Right.
but he goes right back in, man. That's some mind games. You think it in your mind if you're Monarch.
Right.
He definitely doesn't have the stuff to play with, but then Macho says, I'm going in anyway.
Just that quick switch of judgment can really throw you off guard. But Monarch has the corner now. It's big for Lance. Great 2L, 2L confirmed. 2L, 2L again. Oh, what's
Nice
the teleport?
pickup off the air juggle there
Yeah.
by Monarch. Woo!
Okay.
EX
EX,
Fireball.
cool,
I think maybe an OS went wrong there or something.
Yeah. Tides have been turned. Okay, that's plus, by the way. That setup he did to reset him out of the corner into an overhead. That was plus.
Oh, runs
just
right
a
into it.
DD5. No real risk there because obviously even if you 2-2H, you're going to be fairly much safe. Yeah, Nacho had a lot of life to give up. To make
Nice
up.
punish. Was not well
Okay.
spaced enough. Gonna
Good
take the
corner we
advantage.
go. Okay, slide. Okay,
EX for an EX.
that's big for Monarch because that EX Fireball's out because then, in response, you EX Fireball back and now he has the pressure. But, spend the 2 Rekkas. Monarch's fighting his way out of the corner, back in the screen.
Yeah, didn't get his
Good
counter
ball.
hit from. Oh, unblockable though. Able to push the
That's
rest of the way to
dirty.
the corner.
Yeah, just fell right. Oh, trying to break some ankles here. Wow.
Cross them up. There's the throw. What's the setup after this?
Oh, the 2L. Everybody gets hit by it, even Lance players, and we're going to a game 5.
Yeah, Monarch staying alive, evening things up. Pretty tight set here so far.
My twin blades will lead the kingdom.
Spin back and forth. I feel like that typically happens when it's a mirror match and both the players they're exhibiting that they know how to play the match, right? Get rid of the corner, eliminate the defensive options, go in, and then if they get out, you put them back in. And these are 2 top players right here, so you're gonna see it go all the way to the wire. Both of them thinking about it. They're still at the rematch screen, just kind of deciding when they're gonna go in. I like that they're taking a break, kind of just waiting and letting things cool off a little bit, and then thinking about like, okay, he's gonna do this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider in this match because the damage is relatively low, so there's a lot of situations that happen.
And it's a lot about like, when to cash out properly, and not just like in a moment, like in that immediate moment, but like to like 10 seconds later. What's gonna happen if I lose my Ace Fireball? What's gonna happen when I put him in the corner and I don't have everything?
Okay,
There
yeah,
we
lot of staggers, not quite getting the confirm. Yeah, a lot of just challenges with 5L. No
I like
respect
that.
showing this round. Oh my god!
What a weird interaction off the wall again, though. Mark says, "You stay in here." It's a back and forth,
Okay.
but goes right through the fireball.
And we see the difference. Macho typically spends the meter pretty early in these rounds. Whereas Monarch tries to save it for the game-winning kill, or at least close to it. And now he has Super Skybound available. Oh, just went 5, jump you to L. Wow, he didn't push him into it, so EX Fireball's out, trying to get some chip in, but it's not quite into chip death range. Alright, now we're just fucking jump you. Excuse me.
I mean, yo, we're feeling real froggy out here. Almost this is the last hit. And you talked about how he spent that meter early, right? Look at his bar up there. 68%. He was gonna he might have been able to get it back depending on how he played.
But,
and he gave him the lead also in that match. Very strong start.
So
Taking
maybe
that round.
difference of theory really paying off for Macho here. Oh, great catch though. Now you're in the corner against Lance.
Mix just stays up.
2H, but trying to push himself out of the corner, uses the second record. But now he's in the corner. 2H is about ready, but now he's the back throw. That's huge. Oh.
Still jumping, trying to catch something. With a bail on the overhead.
Yeah, great challenge.
EX pick up off the heavy. Loops again.
Fireball on this?
What's important is what comes after. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
caught him
Oh,
with
he's
the
trying to set him
2H!
up.
Alright, Monarch able to reset the situation here. Pretty even life for both characters. Full meter for everyone. Both waiting out their timers to come back, trying to find the approach. Didn't get the air pickup though. Nice challenge by Monarch. And Macho just backs off. Oh no, he got clipped, but wasn't able to get picked up out of the air. That was really scary for Monarch.
Yeah, and Monarch has Super Skies on it.
Yeah, I feel like despite the life differences, that's almost an advantage for him right now. Because he can even up the life at any touch right now, but he's not gonna like have to worry about getting one touch.
They're real careful here, though.
He's
Monarch,
Fireball
low on health.
Macho the corner, but backs off. Whoa,
Whoa, Gorillas! The uppercuts! The back throw, Macho.
Oh.
Gets the jump in. That's a finish.
All right, so Macho gonna be moving on to the winner's side of Grand Finals.
Yep.
Monarch
Close
gonna be
match,
waiting in
close.
losers finals. And we're gonna bring it back down to a 2 out of 3 match on the losers side. We're gonna have losers semis.
Getting closer and closer towards the end of this tournament.
We're gonna go back to a 2 out of 3 set. It's gonna be Chris Chaos versus Brightside, 2 Chicago, pretty much OGs.
This is gonna be real great.
It's gonna be Gran versus Matera. We've seen the awareness that Chris Chaos has against Gran.
Yeah.
It's
Like
quite impressive.
Understands how to play against the character, understands how to play against, you know, like if they want to spot dodge and go to the boot, he knows how to play against that as well. And he knows how to just, I don't want to say play perfect, but play in a way where it's a minimum amount of risk and a lot of reward.
Yeah, he's also a pretty patient player. Definitely a veteran who's willing to wait out a lot of situations where he's less likely to eat like the light DPs that Brightside uses to kind of destabilize the situation and make the other player kind of enter a scrambly state.
Yeah, we'll see. But, you know, different players. Kilo, yeah, even though those booty flying sometimes, a little bit more reserved than what we've seen from Brightside. So we'll see if that makes a difference here.
Not whiffing, you know, a million DPs and stacking up the damage could be, you know, beneficial, but we'll see. Like you said, things could change. Maybe he watched the match between the two. That's one of the benefits of having the stream up, or just in general. Like if you're playing in a tournament, either offline or online, you should be looking at who you're going to be playing next. Like studying their habits and things like that, and saying, well, oh, this grand player messed up on these things. I shouldn't do these. Maybe Chris Collins. Yeah.
I just saw Brightside's message. I'm not gonna repeat.
We're gonna swoop right through there, just like he swooped right through the fireball. Chris Chaos with us breaking the song.
Yeah, again, being able to roll consistently through the EX fireballs, no one's coming, but finds himself in the corner is Chris Chaos. Oh no!
Good damage. EX pick up off that.
That was so quick. In a blink of an eye, you found yourself in the corner. You got hit by one counter hit overhead.
One thing that really benefited Kilo was just like, I'm going to go for the straightforward aggression, not a lot of spot dodges, a lot of risky DPs and things like that. Just going in, right? And Chris Chaos wasn't prepared.
Brightside trying to repeat. This was the same situation from last round. Oh, great roll.
Nice buffer.
Oh, Brightside, find a 5H.
See that? We were talking about that. Go right into the boot afterwards. Overhead, big damage. Are we going to see another super? That's it? That's it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And honestly, I don't even think he's getting counter hit off a throw. I think it's like just a tad slow on the 5L or 2L. And that's the thing, it's like once you play a different Grand, maybe the mix-up timing is just so different. We saw how successful Chris Chaos is in challenging Kilo's Grand, but right now it's just not paying off against Brightside.
And those timings hurt out a lot. I mean, you got a character like this that can just dump 60% of your life just in a blink of an eye. So
yeah, that's the big thing is you don't get a lot of like figure it out time against Gran, right? Like you make that mistake once and you're on to the next round.
But you gotta have a short memory span here.
Yeah, time to eliminate that. You gotta swing, change things up real quick here. Try to
that was scary. 2H
work.
could have done a lot of damage to Matera there. Wow, what a fireball right the last moment.
Okay, light.
Oh, yeah, that was a great assault in off of the whiff 5H.
I like how he's getting froggy just in general. I'm not seeing a lot of 2Hs in general, so hey, why not get jumpy?
Oh, and a great back throw. This is huge. There's the challenge.
It is.
Yep.
Interrupt over the overhead.
Baits out the DP. Yeah, Chris Chaos putting things together, getting around on the board.
And we see this a couple times. Brightside not knowing where characters can get a safe trip, and he's died a couple times.
Oh, okay. The medium fireball that time, checking him out of the air. The adjustments from Kilo. Let's see the fireballs. He doesn't want to get hit by anything, but oh no, does get hit multiple times, hitting all these fireballs.
Yeah. Getting hit by many arrows, but now he's a little bit closer. Yeah, there's the Brightside classic 214 LDP.
Jumps in with it, gets the throw.
Hey, here we go. Oh, that's a great option. Every time Chris Chaos has gone for overhead, Brightside has jumped, and that's got him out of the pressure every time. There's the 5L. That's probably what he was trying in those first 2 rounds, but has the timing it now. Okay, DP has a chance. Has Skybound available. Gonna cash out. That's dead.
That's definitely dead. Damn, call the time of death, 51 seconds, down.
Yeah, he had a life deficit. Just finding one opportunity to put in some plus frames. I guess after that, especially with Matera with no reliable.
That's one of the things with this character. I mean, like you could just find that one moment. Sometimes the Grand players will play to that strength. They'll just say, look, all I need is that 1 or 2 hits, and you're done. You're deleted. You don't get to play anymore.
Oh wow! Barely missed time to spot dodge. Nice. Good pickup off the 5L.
There is that pickup we've been seeing a lot, Chris, that he's been accustomed to. Yeah.
Nice movement. Wait for the fireballs. Try to base something out with the DPs.
Yeah, Chris Chaos very active on the movement. Gets caught air to air though. Good block on the overhead.
Blocking now. Back though. That's such a great option.
That was such a risky run up though, especially with Brightside having shown he's willing to DP when he's minus. Oh, what a roll!
Right.
Chris Chaos in
nice.
pretty good shape right now. Yeah.
That was such a
all he has to do is not allow a side switch here. Nice! What a challenge with the 5L. That was so brave.
And it landed on the butterfly at the right precise moment, at the right precise time. Chris Chaos solidifying himself, getting a little bit more froggy, understanding that like there's not as many anti-air options, and he could be a little bit more based on his movement.
This was loser's quarter, so that should be it. Oh no, it's 1-1.
Yeah, it's 1-1. So, yeah, because he won the first one.
Okay.
Chris guessing the second one here as we go into this final match.
Can't do math.
Okay, nice. Just moving through. The dodges are really smart. Again, this has been better off from Kilo this time. No, it didn't work that time.
Okay. Jumpy. Wow. The challenge again. Chris Chaos is back to form on his 5L timings to challenge. That's always been the difference when he's ever played a Grand.
And that's the thing, it's going to turn the tide of the match. It's such a big risk, but the reward, at least positioning-wise, and being able to start your game plan is like an eventual huge reward. Jump in, good auto combo, going to spend it for the Skybound arm.
I like spending it, just because there's probably not going to be another situation where you can get that.
Right, and now you got all this spacing, all this room to play with.
Great
fireball.
spot dodge on the EX Fireball, overhead, putting in Grand in dangerous territory, but gets hit, shot by an errant arrow, and Chris Chaos is now on match point.
There we go. Nice adjustments by Chris Chaos. It's just been, again, running that solid, almost perfect play.
It's really been great awareness from Chris, but now he has to face Gran in the corner. Let's see how he gets out. Gets tip a 2L, 2L. Still got to confirm after a 5L block string. God damn.
Oh, that
EX
should be the round.
pickup.
Yeah.
God damn, this character.
Yes.
Grant's all right.
I love it.
He's got some
Yeah,
things.
Listen, I love it. You love it. The people playing at home, playing the game, love it. Grand
Yeah.
Sandwich is insane.
I think most people agree that all they really want calm down for characters like Granicat is just the damage, right? Like,
Yeah.
leave the tools, let them do those combos. Just maybe not 70%.
You definitely do
Chris
get
has a
smoked.
strong position again.
Chris jumping back and forth. This time, putting the assault forward this time. I like the idea. He's switching up his movement options. He knows this is the time to pull all the tricks to stops against his Grant.
All right. Is he going to spend the SPA? No, he's going to take the safe jump.
Quite. You have to jump again in response to the overhead. Brightside's been consistent with that.
Fireball pressure.
Okay, oh, I love
Jump with the
that.
overhead bait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anti-air grab.
This is
Chris
super
Chaos
bad.
in
You
really
got
good
the-
shape. EX Fireball's out. The butterfly protected a bit there.
It is Gran.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brightside
boy.
2 just
Corner
waiting
could
on his
happen.
timers.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is bad now because, yeah, anything will 5L and Chris Chaos solidifying another top 3 from week to week.
That was I gotta admit that was looking long for Chris when it first started. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, can Chris do it? But he brought it back, changed up the timings of his assault. You know,
I
staying.
think it was the 5L challenges. I think he was just late on the 5L challenges in the first round, and
First
it
round,
was
yeah.
too quick, like near perfect, one perfect, one near perfect. And then once he got that timing down on defense, it was a completely different ball game. But good stuff for Brightside, staying home at 4th place.
We're going to move on to our losers finals. Going to be Monarch and Chris Chaos in a 1st to 3.
Yes.
We have a longer set between the two players here. I love that. When you're able to like have the extra set, that makes things even more intense because now you gotta really think about when to pull out, what you need to pull out, and this is going to be a match where Chris Chaos has to stay solid the entire time. Lance again has so many tools against his character.
Yeah, and once Lance has his positioning in the corner, pressuring, there's not much Matera can do. So we'll see.
That L challenge has to be even more on point
More
because he has,
precise.
yeah, because he is even more. I would say maybe it's not as like damaging, but he definitely has more options in the corner to deal with what you want to do, right?
Yeah. It feels like a lot more helpless when you're in the corner as Matera versus Lance. But we've seen Chris is squarely on this character. He wants to stick to this character, so in order to do that, he has to play against Lancelot in this matchup, and I can guarantee you he has, so we'll see what he has in store for us.
Yeah, I feel like the benefit of being a character specialist is regardless of how good or bad a matchup may be, you're going to know what you can and can't do.
Oh,
Damn, full screen EX caught him in the air.
yeah. That's one of the big things that some people have been doing against Chris is calling the air. That's how Axis got his win.
Look here. Yeah, he's oh my god, had max range but didn't go for the EX Gorilla.
2L, trying to
Pick it up here.
Yep.
Now challenging back. This Chaos. Unfortunately gets opened up. Is he okay? Your baby okay?
Yeah, sorry guys, had a little bit of an accident in-house. The cat fell off the desk. He was looking mad confused.
He's like, hold on.
That was
There's
a
the
tough
EX.
break for Chris. He really had no life to give and was just trying to get any hit that he could.
Whoops.
Monarch playing patient. Oh, 2H
Man.
big counter hit.
That was raw too. He walked right
Yeah.
into that one.
Wonder
Hold
what that
on.
was. A 2H
Another
hit,
pickup.
But
Just
It's
a
a little
moment,
wonky
guys.
in
We
the
had a little bit of blip here on my HDMI feed. Give me a sec. There, audio's
we were just
back.
talking to nothing.
You guys see it.
We can radio
all
you
right,
guys.
we got a radio host now. All right.
All right, so we have Chris Chaos. He's trying to get in, but man, Monarch be pressing the buttons, hit him with the red.
There we go, we're back in business.
There's a challenge off the L, right? Gets the X knockdown, gets the jump in. Bad tech.
Okay. Bracket pressure in the corner. Patient pressure from Monarch. Wow.
Oh, trying to go for the air throw, missed it. Though.
Yeah,
But
5L
makes it now.
5L challenge again. All right.
Enough.
Hey.
There we go. Sit on.
But that's still a considerable amount of life for, yeah, I was just about to say, had Skybound available, Super
Whip it out, bro.
Skybound, regular Skybound, it don't matter. One little arrow was gonna get punished by Skybound. Monarch taking the first game.
I'm sure he knew that Chris was going to throw something out, right? Like right after that super. And he just didn't, like, and Chris didn't think about the fact that that Skybound art was on deck, ready to go right through.
To avoid being hit. But I'm
They're
grateful.
taking a second. Chris probably thinking about that and being like, okay, I see you. I understand that you want to do that.
Yeah, Chris has been, since last week, he's been very cerebral. He's been taking a lot of time and
Believe in victory.
been seeing it kind of play out. So I wonder what the adjustment is. Oh,
The EX,
no.
man.
Yeah. If the Lance is ready, any-
That is such a high reward to risk ratio for him too, especially at that spacing. Like if it gets blocked, whatever, you're minus, but who cares?
It's going to be hard to punish this. I mean, like, it's safe at most ranges. So it's not going to be a punish, but right now, Chris Cass has got him in the corner.
all right.
Oh, he tried to back off. I like that side to catch the backwalk.
Hey.
Trade.
Oh wow.
Chris Cass,
Surprise.
the victor there.
Yeah, I was surprised that Montero won that trade. That class. Okay. Wait, tech. Yeah, and safe pressure from Chris. But now, one walk forward, now Monarch had Super Skybound, well had. Well, this round's a wash.
I like that Chris Chaos is recognizing the EX Fireball, coming out, doing the assault after. Because as Mark, as Lance in general, you have to have like the right angle for the 2H. It's such a great button, but man, you got to be on your toes with it.
Yeah, the one thing that Monarch is doing super well is the 6-6H. Catching Chris Cass out of the sky.
Yeah, big pickups to start the round.
Oof, great block. 5L, it has no hit. So that's one of her best tools. Try and get out pressure.
The EX Fireball not working out nearly as well this
Yeah.
time.
Chris Cass has been doing a good job of mitigating the risk from that. Moving around the EX Fireball. Now, going to the corner, this is bad. Bad for Chris Chaos.
You don't want to be here. Opens them up from the top. The EX, the pickup.
You
Loop.
spend the Super
What?
Skybound? Or the Skybound? No.
Nah, he
goes
wants a
for pressure,
reset.
Because now this also puts in a threat of Matera can't really throw arrows right now because of Skybound.
At one moment, that's all it's going to take.
Chris needs to do this off the pressure, but no,
Nice
great.
interruption.
Yeah, doing what Chris Cass has done to many other people is 5L challenge the overhead. Got a taste of his own medicine. Monarch looking strong.
Man, you do not want to go too down on a guy like Monarch right now. Like he's already looking really hot, and like you see the adjustments already even between the rounds. Like, all right, cool.
Nice
Again,
2L.
there it is. Messing up with the fireball timings and things like that. Now I can just go in, get the wreck of pressure, the knockdown. Now I can spin that cash real heavy, real hard. Oh my god, the pickup off the H.
Yeah, this is hard.
Doesn't have the loop.
5L! How
You have
does
to
this
do
know?
it. You gotta do it, man. You don't want to be stuck in the corner against Lance. He knows.
Yeah.
And his time is, again, I keep been saying, have been so on point, have been so key, and it's winning things back.
And like you said, yeah, EX Fireball. Once EX Fireball is out, Chris Cass has really not gotten hit by any of the mix-ups afterwards, but finds himself close to the corner. Yeah, Monarch jumping back, letting go of the corner, trying to get an EX Fireball, but got
Yeah,
sniped,
that was
and now
really
it's
big.
gone.
The stuff on the EX Fireball made it so that neutral could be held down for a little bit, and the Gorilla Blade also stuffed Chris Cass finding
also-
some.
What a trade!
Oh,
Oh, didn't get the full record. It was too far out.
Chris was finding some really good spots of, fortunate timings to stuff approach tools in neutral, but luck ran out there.
Oh, went in, found the assault somehow, some way.
His health is so low. All he needs to one confirm. He's walking into these,
Still has
Oh,
seconds.
situations.
Fireball didn't turn
Oh,
around.
dodge.
And nice
Oh,
jump
great.
back
That was
normal. Great call by Monarch.
This battle was
Yeah, he knew that Chris, like, the only way he was gonna get any considerable amount of damage is if he tried to assault in.
It took all my
And on
Vader
his own
army
part,
to
Monarch
back
didn't
that.
need anything other than like one L there. So he just took the conservative route, did a jump back L, minimal risk.
Believe in
Chris jumping
victory.
back in this. He says, I maybe I found something for this, but man, it's just adjustment after adjustment from Monarch. To
Last
deal with
week we
it.
saw Chris down 0-2. We've seen him bring it back, so it's definitely not with that out of his reach. But man,
It's a hard sell right now. It's a hard sell against a guy like Monarch. Jump in. Again, the assaults. We haven't seen too much against the assaults right now. When they get really close,
Yeah, Monarch's
kind of
been
difficult.
content just holding it and blocking it. Hasn't tried to challenge it too much.
yeah, it's not because it's not like Lance's quote unquote DP is Shoujou H right there is any like it's not gonna really punish the assault, so you really have to hold it a lot. You could try to call out 2H, but that, like we said,
yeah, but I mean it feels like an unnecessary risk when he's not getting mixed. Chris Chaos a little hesitant to go for something like an assault into an empty jump 2L because that's a 40 frame low, right? Like it's not something you're gonna be able to do reliably all the time.
But here we go, Chris Chaos starts throwing things back with the throw pressure. Try to paint him with the overhead, no dice.
What a challenge! 2M? Okay.
When you understand the spacing, when you play Lance enough, you'll understand like where there's gaps when he does a far normal into retro. But now he has the corner pressure. Monarch on match point with the corner pressure is huge.
Chris Chaos trying to find his way out of the corner, trying to do something here. He's got the fireball pressure from...
Oh, no, I'm not sure what he tried, but he ran into the fireball there.
Finish the Rekka, no big deal.
Ankles, going in again. Big damage. I wonder if he spends Skybound on this, or are we gonna go for the mix-up with probably the EX Fireball? There it is.
Yeah, and that should be the round.
False fall. Yeah. Super Skybound art. Monarch gonna move to Grands.
Icy clean from Monarch. But good stuff from Chris Chaos. Second top 3 in a row. Last week got second, this week third. And we did say, like last week, he's one of those players, like obviously he's within the top level of Chicago Granblue, but hasn't really found that local win. Has a lot of second and third place, so kind of falling short again, but still impressive showing.
Oh, of course.
Against,
no one to sleep on, right?
Yeah, of course not.
Up next, we're going to have our grand finals. It's going to be Macho in the winner's side in the Lance Mirror against Monarch coming from losers. Trying to figure out what he can do to get the run back after winners finals didn't go his way.
Yeah, last set in the winners finals, it went 3-2. Macho had the early 2-0 lead. We saw a difference of like theory, right? Macho typically used his Skybound very, very early. Usually found the life lead too. And because of it, whereas Monarch tried to sit on that meter for maybe a super Skybound. Both players kind of using different pressure tools. Monarch is the one.
Yeah, that was something that was really notable in that last time they played in winners finals. I mean, they used completely different approach tools and mix-ups from each other.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out. I like seeing that, even though as much as people might hate this mirror match, watching it, playing it, you know, there's still enough. Lance has, like, because he has so many tools, the way you interpret the character can be different from character to character, and we got the theme.
This is blessed right here.
I think
I'm going
to put it fair that I don't hate watching the Lancelot mirror. I just hate watching any match when Lancelot's on screen, regardless of if the other player is also Lancelot.
It's like that.
I really like the dash forward challenges from Monarch. He showed that in winners finals where he was dash forward into the back throw and stuff. He is preying on Macho's expectation that he's going to do a 5L to claim his turn, and instead is trying to run forward.
Yeah, Macho's
great
a ton
challenge
of
at
pressure
the
right
attack, the early attack too, and just got
fell
nice
right
interruption. Press the button. You saw the fastball, press the L, goes for the Skybound art. We're done.
Yeah. Macho trying to just put the pressure on Monarch has not let off the gas pedal.
Yeah, and I mean, it's good. It's a good strategy right now, coming from the winner's side, right? He has games to give, and he can attempt to be more aggressive to try to just close things out. Wow, the spacing on the clash did not favor Monarch there.
So many trades. They both kind of wait after that, like, wait, what just happened? All right, Monarch mixing it up after the Gorilla Blade overhead.
All right, yeah. See, Monarch usually the one to just throw out the EX Fireball first.
He wants to bait a reaction from Macho. Sometimes that works out.
Maybe even just get some space and push the corner, but yeah.
Jump L.
Wow,
interruption.
And Macho has been the one to really challenge us with normals. But you see, it's good and bad because now Monarch spent all 3 of his EX moves.
They're going. He's trying to get in. Even if it's not going to be heavy. EXCP whipped. He tried to go for the air throw. Yomi upon Yomi. Could not take his turn back. There he goes. Rekka from Macho. Back up both EX at the same time. Nice interruption. Didn't get a big follow. Macho gonna go for the Skybound art. Again, you said it before. He's spinning it now so he can get the positional advantage. So he can get the health.
Yeah, and like because of the knockdown recovery, he's spending some time to get the EX Fireball back, but Monarch
Off the
got
wall.
a hit.
Monarch didn't spend the
Exactly.
super there. Wondering if he's going to regret not taking the damage. He is going to find another hit, but again, no cash out.
Dash it with the M. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the thing. In that situation, Lance has so many great things to chip you with. It's just like you have to make a guess somewhere. Wow!
The run-up grab
Longest
after the
I've-
stare down.
Yeah, the longest I've seen Lance players just do nothing.
Right. Usually it's a L or dashing around.
All right, nice walk forward into the overhead, feinting the throw. Finds the counter hit.
EX. Pick up EX Fireball though out of there.
Oh man.
Mark on the other side switching up with Macho. Answering back with buttons.
Yeah.
Roll to switch aside.
Oh, got aggressive with the overhead and the 2-2H. Gets Monarch out. All right, things not looking good for Macho here. Last chance. Finds the back throw into the corner, but he's going to have to do
Hard to
so
avoid
much work.
it.
Yeah.
Off the
It's
wall.
impossible.
Yeah, not gonna work.
It's impossible to beat up.
My twin blades.
Well, so I feel like when you're down, when you're Lance and you're down against Lance
Thanks to
Oh.
you,
and you're in the corner,
fight a number
it's spelling game over.
Yeah.
Macho about to get reset on by Monarch.
Only 1-0. Still a couple games to go for
Wow,
Monarch here.
great balance. Understood the spacing and when there was a gap there.
And again, and it just went over the 5M.
I mean, what do you?
These
Overhead
2-2Hs.
punish. Monarch caught him reaching the EX to go to the corner carry. I like to spin that for the hard knockdown. Chase him down off the wall. I love that approach this time. I feel like he's a lot more active on the approach of him leaving. Even if he doesn't get a lot of damage though. But wakes up with it. He says, "I'm taking."
Yeah, Monarch not afraid to spin the meter now.
I like that. Let me take
Yeah.
a page from your book. See how you like it.
Wow, sliding in. Okay.
Oh,
that's
wasn't a
pretty good,
counter
but
hit though. Yeah.
Yeah, haven't seen that option from Macho too much today. Alright.
All right, both
Off
players
the wall.
jockeying for position, and Monarch able to find the corner.
Because it takes
And that's
like
out.
it takes you committing to trying to beat the wall jump to stop him from doing it. But there's just so many other options that you can't consistently beat it every time.
Nice
You can
buffer there. I
see
love that.
sort
counter.
of the trouble Lancelot has keeping up with his own strength of being able to escape the corner because he has very kind of like mid-linear buttons that don't
Right.
cover the space above him very well. There's the counter hit. A little too high for the full combo there.
X would have worked there.
Oh,
Baits the overhead, or gets hit with the overhead. There's the record pressure. I dare you do that EX. I dare you do the
yeah,
EXDP. I
going
dare
in
you.
again, trying to
Yeah.
retake his turn. There it is
I like
again.
this- he's playing at EX to pick him up the heavy, spin the skybound.
Yeah, this isn't going to be enough, but I like it. Like, cash out, he's not going to get that much damage elsewhere, and now there's going to be a chip situation. Oh, and
Fireball tried to slide on wake up, didn't work this time, buddy.
Maybe not understanding the situation after the skybound knockdown. Thought he could slide to beat the EX Fireball, not quite in range.
and another EX Gorilla Blade counter hit. Even for not spending anything past that, that was good damage. It was a solid 30% gone.
And I like the
Yeah,
combo choice from Macho just then. Use just switch sides.
All right, finds the grab. Life lead here for Macho. Gotta watch out for the slide. There it is. Oh, no,
Oh,
but
punish.
yeah, had a bit of a funky input and got a 2-2.
But yeah,
Still.
now Macho's feeling the pressure.
So Macho's gonna go in here, spin the skybound art again. Again, this is gonna put him in a big benefit right here. Down in the
Again,
corner.
yes.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh, there we
He
go.
delayed the
And
slide.
that spacing was a little further from the corner than the last situation, so the slide was going to have more room before the fireball got to him. Oh, no. Counter hit.
I'm trying to press.
Oh,
that's
Baits
gonna
out the
hurt.
throw. You're supposed to take those.
I don't think this is going to be enough.
Oh no!
Oh,
it
wow.
actually does a lot. It
He's
does
dead.
a lot.
The music's
because
changed.
Bro, ISO my wrist. You're done.
Wow! Just the one counter hit overhead, man. You know, you can tell yourself all day, take the throw, but when the pressure's on to you, and you could die off a throw anyway.
Battle 1.
I think it's one of the moments also where a counter hit overhead really helps this character out in terms of damage, though.
Mhm,
Like,
right.
when he
Yeah,
goes
I
into
mean,
the
he only
super
gets
art,
big damage off of basically that Gorilla Blade and, counter hit the ground pound off the DP.
Right.
We've seen this before. Macho has had like a strong position a lot of these rounds, but somehow Monarch has fought his way out.
Yeah, and largely finding those counter hit overheads. That's a lot of what's gotten him back in these matches. Nice.
Step back down.
Yep.
Both are just jumping. It's so hard to contain Lance as Lance himself.
And you see Macho there decided to just back up and give space rather than commit to something.
Yo, sweep the Gorilla Blade. What's the mix? Nothing really.
Oh,
But-
anti-air record.
Oh,
the grab.
They called him. Not even combo. He's still got a part of the record at least.
All right,
Macho
finds the hit
off
on
the
the other
wall.
side. I don't think this is going to be enough.
Yeah, but we're gonna see a similar situation. We've seen this situation so many times. EX Fire.
Firewall.
Oh, I think he got him.
With a sky
Whoa!
door,
Into the
anyway.
fireball. I think he used the wrong height.
Yeah, he went really short. I wonder if that was on. Or like,
He also
tried to
went
go
in the
for
air. That was the air version. He got a jump
Oh.
before it. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not.
Huh.
challenge
great
by
challenge.
Monarch
What
here.
a big challenge.
And the side switch. I like the conversion into 2-2H to take the knockdown into side switch.
Oh, got the counter confirmed. Oh, nice.
Got the counter hit overhead.
Nice.
Right,
Nice
yeah.
reset on that.
Ooh, I don't think that's what he wanted, but it worked out. The active until
I think
ground
he might have
JL.
been trying to cover a 2-2-8. Oh, there it is.
Marshall getting clipped.
Getting clipped again.
2L, 2L, 2L. Press that button. Doesn't even need to confirm it to us, but he does this time.
Again.
EX pick up, loop time.
All right, next hit could
Press
take
the
this
EX
round
fireball.
for Monarch.
Yep.
Oh, and he
Oh,
got clipped. Yeah, that
yeah.
should do it. Super.
I wonder if that was trying for a skybound or super skybound or something along the line.
And Monarch has moved to reset point.
Yeah, and it's been
Battle 3.
This has been so back and forth, you know, like between both players. I mean, we've seen already adjustments within the match. We've seen them, you know, obviously they play each other, and it's a longer set where we can spin the variety of the tools.
Ooh.
In
You know
this
what?
match,
Neither
off
of
the
them
wall,
had shown that mix yet in either of the sets so far. That's actually the
They've
first time.
obviously shown it like against other people, but
Yes,
they've both.
but they're on their 8th game against each other, and that's the first time either of them has broken out that mix-up against each other.
Macho trying to
Oh,
stop
he
the
gets fireball
reset.
available, but so he's just gonna.
Yeah,
back
I like
off.
that.
Yeah, but then he jumps in with the L. That's the mind games right there. You think they're gonna back off in full, but just jump L and then Macho.
Hey, Macho finally taking a game in this first
Yeah,
set.
really clutch rounds.
And the interesting part is that, you know, even though he won the final set, I feel like the momentum was slowly creeping out on Monarch's side, and we saw that trickle down into this set as well. But
Yeah, this is a huge, huge game right now for Macho. If he can continue with the momentum that he just swung back. Nice spacing on the 2U.
Goes to the tick throw, mix up, stays in front. And the block button, unfortunately, let go a little bit too soon, maybe.
okay, yeah. Oh,
He off
wow.
the wall.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa.
Okay. Okay. Macho's just gonna say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna do lancing, pick you up off the wall with this H. We're going for loops. EX fireball, and open up. Try to go for the throw. This time got baited. Monarch off the wall himself, switching sides. And this is one of those things I love from both players. Switching sides, which they're not in the corner. It's a continuous battle to stay out. You'll back that super. Not gonna happen.
Spends the EX. Yeah, spends the EX Rekka and got the counter hit confirm off it too, but no dice for Macho.
It's getting way bigger for him. Try to get out with the L, the jumping L.
Oh yeah, and that's so hard to try and get a grab on Lance because he's just hitting all the time.
On the other side, Rekka time.
Yeah, and it's harder now for Macho because now this is the part where Monarch's saving Super Skybound is super good now. But
Oh, finds the
Pick up.
2-2H.
Man,
Caught Monarch
Macho
walking
looking
forward.
out for that. Yeah. Macho may have been looking for that. and-
Right back at you, though.
Back
about
at you.
that. Starting the match off right. Bailey overhead, you see that a lot in the neutral jump, the Bailey overhead. EX, the pickup. What loop pressure do you have this time?
Armenia's
What's on the
fireball.
menu?
Oh, no,
No,
that's
go for
messed
the DP.
Oh, just swinging on that 5L. Goodness.
Wait.
Somebody check this man for a turbo button.
That button's got to be broken by now. Both the characters, I mean, that's
Yeah, if we don't see any more
that's fair.
5Ls out of Macho for the rest of the set, we know what happened. He mashed it clean into the base of his stick there.
Nice sweep. Set up.
Good block.
Nice Macho. Not overextending. It's going to pay out in dividends as he's going to
Yeah,
put
gonna need
Monarch
2
in the
more hits
corner.
here.
Oh, went low.
Let's see if he
That's
cashes out the
better
super.
mix-up.
Yeah.
Not quite do it again, but we're gonna see the same situation we've seen so many times.
Yeah, EX Fireball,
Right,
label, House
Skybound,
Monarch gonna
what's the
respond. Monarch
Oh,
ran
he
into
got
the Fireball! Was
No,
that... I think he tried to
it's-
manually input a super and got 2-2H.
Yeah, I think it happened again where he's just... Because that's 5U, so he tried to at least input the super, but just got like neutral 5U, so... Unfortunate, again, we've seen that kind of happen to Monarch a lot, where he means to get like super Skybound, but he's getting 5U instead.
Yeah, and it kind of illustrates why, especially in the clutch, sometimes you gotta let the easy input version rip.
Alright, but has the big hit now. This is last game of this set, so...
Or are we going to see a reset, or we're going to see Macho just take it this
What a challenge!
Good block by
Monarch taking
Macho.
the page off of Chris KS's book with the challenges.
Oh,
and
that
also
was a
the
big
X there.
2U.
Oh,
Oh, nice!
Air
Okay,
throw?
finally an air grab.
Back down.
Wow,
Wake up with it, but
great
block.
block.
Big punish right here from Monarch as he spins the EX for the corner carry. The hard knockdown. He's spinning all the bars and it's working out. Monarch looking to reset the bracket.
That was a really clutch block by Monarch, recognizing that while 2-2H was taken off the table, that Macho did have another wake-up option available with the meter.
And I gotta say, Monarch's Gorilla Blaze EX version they've been landing. Round start
Wow,
every
and
single time.
he's snuffing out the 2-2Hs too.
Overhead EX pickup.
Yeah.
All right,
This
things
whole
looking
situation-
pretty good for... Oh, no, but he
Oh,
dialed
so
out
wow,
the third
he went all the
Reco.
way in.
What an aggressive play by Monarch.
He wants to end it.
Overextending. He doesn't want to go another set. And I wouldn't. I mean, he wants to go another set, but you know,
Oh, no confirm on the
Macho
counter
wasn't
hit.
out.
Macho just backs off.
Yeah, if you ever been in the grand finals and you feel like the first set slipping away from you, kind of play really tight, so let's see if Macho can bring this back.
Nice.
Eliminates an option.
Yeah,
Nice,
so he
another
was-
jump back L. Every option being stuffed by JL here.
Like, go through it.
Whoa!
Yo, here's mine.
What?
Here's
He
mine.
recovered from the 5L in time to let his own super rip.
Oh, Skybound again. What's it gonna be?
Monarch trying to reset the bracket. He's
Oh,
all neutral
no.
jump.
And we have a reset. Monarch evening up the count, sending Macho to losers.
will lead the kingdom to glory.
So
Coming
we're
back
gonna have
down.
another set of grand finals. Second week, we're gonna get a reset again.
Identified a number of
Get
errors.
more games. And that's the thing I was talking about. Is
These
just like, if you
inconsiderate players keeping me from Resident Evil even longer. What the hell?
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, you know, when you're in grand final side and you feel that first set slipping away from you, you saw it. The Macho, he started to crack. He started just spending 2-2H. He did random EX Gorilla Blade, like not even in range. So tough break for Macho. Let's see if he can compose himself into going into this first set or this
now
new set.
Even though that's happened, it's still kind of even because for one thing, Mark's got to play another set and win, right? But now Macho's got some data on his side too.
Sure.
So it's going to be a battle of attrition. It's a battle of who's going to stay solid. And then again, in a mirror match, this is not a simple thing where you're like, I'm going to play the matchup. I know the weaknesses and things like that. You got to play to the person even more. So we
Yeah,
have
and
to
you
see
saw
some-
like Monarch, he smelled blood. His whole pressure was calling out 2-2H or EX Gorilla. So yeah, normal jump from Macho, switching up the options now. Challenge again from Monarch. So.
Mark going in with that EX on the other side. I didn't even know which way that went. Spins it for the corner carry, gets a hard knockdown, baits out
Oh,
the
that!
EXCP.
Oh, he slightly mistimed the 5L. That would have been punishable on the way down, hit on the way up. Fortunate trade.
Oh,
Right.
overhead, that's going to connect.
Counter hit,
though.
that's good. Oh, great.
Nice counter hit
Not quite a
confirmed.
confirm, but. Alright,
Oh,
yeah,
that was an
Macho
unblockable.
and
He landed
defense.
first before Macho got on the ground.
Right. On his way out, but yeah, 2-2H was still available. Yeah.
On the other side, can't block that, friend.
Monarch keeping the momentum going.
Battle 2.
Now, block button not being used.
Like we say, it's hard, easier said than done, even for Lance players, of course.
Yeah, because you can, obviously the Lance player knows block button. When you're in that situation, it just comes at you quick, and you're not using block button already. Oh,
Jump
wow,
out, caught him with a bad, I think probably an input error right there.
yes, that was definitely an input error. Oh, don't wait!
2H didn't get anything off that, but just the fact that it out. Okay, EX Grill Blade on the other side, switching places here. Hold him down with
the
the
one
fire
thing
ball.
Monarch does well that Macho hasn't really used is using EX Fireball mid-screen and then using 5U to push him to get more hits.
I'm seeing
Ooh.
Monarch kind of spend a little bit too much here.
I really like
Yeah.
that
A little too
run
risky.
by Macho to take corner carry. Did he dodge? No.
But yeah, that's not too big of damage. And now Macho has Skybound available. Oh, that's such a risky
the
fireball.
jump in off the heavy. Yeah, for both players.
Nice.
Out of there.
2-2-H is going to spend the Super Skybound. Both players going to be pretty even here. Let's see what the timers look like when they're back.
And like, yeah, Macho didn't have any.
Wow, what a call out with the anti-air. That could have been the pound.
Yeah.
That was risky.
Yeah, great patience. And once you saw him in there, it's like 2-8. Exactly.
Nice interruption on the EX Fireball. We're going to run.
Oh, counter hit. This is going to hurt. Andy got the height on the Gorilla Blade. What a combo. Into hard knockdown, too.
Nice chase down to the
EXP
EXP.
again.
Your defense is down, brother. I'm in.
All right.
Oh, didn't get quite confirmed, but it still led into a hit. Monarch is rolling now.
Monarch with the Dr. Doom triangle jumps there.
You got to take notice of Monarch right now at his pace. It's frantic. And at first I was like, man, this is going to put him in some trouble. But Macho can't keep up. I think Macho probably thought, man, this guy's going to slow down. It's been a long set. He's probably stressed like I am. No, says Monarch. I'm going in. I've got the Red Bull. I'm taking a sip.
And
I'm going hyper.
The thing is, the pace is like, he's still calling out things from Macho, like the 2-2-H's, so it's like, he's definitely comfortable playing this way. Oh, wow.
Here we go. Macho's got stuck in the corner. Oops.
A turn of fate, maybe.
Yes.
Time.
Good blocks. Not the worst tech in the world. Take that over, get hit.
Ooh, just out of range for the record, a combo from that 5H.
Like the slide is going to start.
I don't think I've seen that so far where Lance 5H hits from so far away that the Rekka doesn't reach.
Yeah. And that's what you gotta recognize in block strings sometimes, is they'll do it and then there's a big gap from 5H, bar H, into a Rekka. But good stuff from Macho to get that air confirmed. A little bit wonky.
I like that Macho's kind of slowing down the pace of Monarch at the round start. So, like, you know, when things get even more hairy, he's able to kind of calm down Monarch and take the win. But here we go, already off to the other side of the corner. Macho switching sides. No punish on the slide. I think that range, I think it would put him punishable too. Monarch hitting the counter. Oh, man. So many Rekkas on deck. Again, this is the pace that Monarch likes to play at. And it's been working out so well as the set has progressed.
Okay,
oh, wow.
Side
Side switch into the 5L. A lot of damage has to be made up here by Macho, though. Good block. And called out the jump with the wall jump. Is he going to spend super here? No, just going to take the knockdown EX Fireball. No, holds it. Tried to go for the meaty overhead. Lancelot has enough active frames on his overhead that if you hit it meaty, you can actually just combo off it naturally without the counter hit.
There we go again, Monarch, with that pace, that frantic pace. Not calming down. And again, it's easier said than done to calm someone down as the set progresses. Like, and as you said before, Zach, you know, he's definitely been calling these options. He's not just playing the one-player game of just I'm going to run my speed and do what I want to do. He's also looking at what option his defensive options.
And that's the hardest part about this mirror match is that, you know, you have to commit to like beating 2-2-H. There's not an option that beats every option. So like Monarch consistently calling it out.
That wasn't a throw. He actually tried to challenge the startup of the overhead and got counter hit on the normal.
Oh,
and that's fine. Oh, what? His JU lets him punish that? This character's messed up.
I would hear from the cat player.
Well, Catalina can't punish that if she jumps that super. That's a free super for him. He gets out of jail.
Okay, big pickups. Loop City, EX Fireball.
Oh, wow. Patient pressure, but no confirm.
Melissa's down in the corner. No challenge on that sweep, though.
Right? And just got skybound. Wow! Yo, the amount of times Monarch has woken up 5H and it hasn't been.
What? Oh, that had to have been an input error. What was that? Nice punish with the EX Gorilla Blade. I think that he wanted an EX Fireball and like got a double buff or something.
What?
Both of them turn the bar.
All right.
Jump back to the
something out the EX Gorilla Blade.
Yeah.
Too.
Macho has to be careful. I mean, he has the life lead, but he's done a couple unnecessary actions so far. Did he get in there? What?
The hell? Let's go, Macho!
Yeah. So we saw that from Monarch last week, is that he uses the EX Fireball and then uses Super Skybound, covers the option if they block, and then it goes into the EX Fireball, but great awareness.
And if they air block the EX Fireball, he gets an unblockable after into a slight bit of damage. It was a good setup, a real heads-up play by Macho to push a button on the way down.
If Monarch had just a little bit more health,
that Fireball would have actually punished Macho for pushing a button there.
Monarch
the wall.
now has the corner control.
And that's the hard part for Monarch is now he's shown that card. That mix-up's sort of unavailable for the rest of this set now.
And he just decides to finish the Rekka instead of trying to go for counter confirm. Both of them are
That
doing
one-
that now because they've
Yep,
been
press
missing
the
the counter
buttons.
confirm.
Yeah, I
for,
think Monarch
Dante.
had one counter hit pickup off of the second Rekka, but he's the only one who's actually gotten the confirm there.
Yeah,
Nice.
But both, yeah, they've
On the
been
other
struggling to
side.
get it. Oh,
Jumps in, gets the combo, the EX to pick up. Man, Lemix on Monarch. Again, the pace. I'm telling you, but backs off.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the
Doesn't
punishable
land it.
one. Nice, simple punish by Monarch. Just a couple buttons into super, try to maximize that super damage.
can we start getting close to Chipper? Yeah, try to call it 2H. Yeah, Chip is big. Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah,
Have enough to finish it, but that'll do it.
So Macho there showed that one of his chip out strategies is to reset that last hit of Rekka into 2-2H for the down slash to try to call you out, mashing the gap in the Rekka. But not everyone does that. And these two have shown a lot of different mix-ups and approaches that the other doesn't use. I think Macho kind of let his own bias of what he would do in the situation there.
Kind of roll his choices there.
But yeah, getting a lot of throws in now, and that's hard in this match because the Lance is always just jumping, so landing a throw is kind of a big task, and Macho's found a lot in this round. Oh, got the count. There it is. There's the counter confirm. Was confident
There
in
we
it
go.
there.
Nice
Yeah,
in the anti-air.
nice.
All right,
Macho saying, I'm going to take that pace that you had, I'm going to double it.
pivotal game 3 in the reset.
Yeah. Macho's been getting mileage off of just normal jumps recently, but
What a
Monarch
bait on that throw. Jump it back out, Monarch.
Oh,
Okay.
kick fireball. They understand that the last
Yeah,
hit
I like both players quickly adjusted to that interaction. After the first time they saw it and they both kind of appeared caught off guard, they've both been using the third hit to shield mix-ups now.
What's that triple dash into overhead? Waited so long for that. Macho going to take advantage. Rekka all the way to the corner.
Yeah. Then
Nice
Nice
out the
response to
overhead.
2H, yeah. I
Wait for a
like
big
that.
2H on both sides.
That seems like the staple of this mirror is as soon as you see 2-2H, to just 2-2H yourself to not hold the mix-up.
If you're not calling it out already. Alright. Yeah. There's 2-2H coming.
Trade.
There it is.
EX out of
Gonna
it.
get the punish on the throw. Is he gonna spend the super here? Yep.
Yeah, and usually in an interaction, the first one to use 2H is at a disadvantage because that's how Macho got the hit. Held on this 2-2H, got the hit.
Fireball.
And he finds the hit. Macho going up 2-1.
Yeah, just an errant throw attempt from Monarch. Macho going on 2-1. Found his composure. Yeah, not just throwing out 2-2H and EX or 6-6Hs all willy-nilly now.
It's starting to solidify his game plan. It's working out a lot more, and it's starting to calm down Monarch. And I think also you also got to think about like how much stamina each player is using up, and it feels like Macho still has that pace, right? He still has that mental stack to give.
I mean, Hector has played a multitude of games. Second at Evo twice for MVCI, so he's no stranger to having to pull out long sets. And now, oh, he's feeling it now.
Yeah, counter hit
He's
on the
rolling.
overhead. Big pickup. What we're going to see right after. What's on the menu? The
Yeah,
fresh stuff
fireball
with the
is-
EX. Overhead again, but nice
But you
counter after you got
challenge
hit.
again every time.
I said, I'm pressing a button. I don't care if I got hit. It's my turn.
Great back throw, though.
Bro, I'm gonna figure out something real soon. It's gonna be looking real long right here. He waited.
He waited that time.
Punish,
That was
but-
weird.
Okay, Rekka out of the corner.
Yep.
Big
yeah.
fireball.
Wow, okay.
Nice slide. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah,
But
well,
damn, the DP.
finally found us up after all this at tournament point now.
He just puts Monarch in the corner, just wails away, and then even when Monarch finally gets out, he's just lost so much life, lost so much health. Bad tech. Monarch getting pushed into the corner. The Rekka pressure on deck.
Bad in a hurry, tried to challenge after 5M. That's plus, buddy.
You should know this. You play this character. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
but we've seen Monarch doesn't care. His challenges have been very disrespectful, but it's not working out at this last round anymore.
Let's call it on the
Jump,
overhead.
ball jump.
Yeah, that's the danger to coming out of losers is he's shown all these situational aggressive challenges that, the mileage on them can be kind of temporary.
That EX fireball trying to get something. Oh, he landed right to the end.
punish.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get some corner carry, a little bit of damage on the board.
Patient pressure now. He's trying to bait out something.
But Monarch can't get hit. Monarch.
Yeah.
Once they saw the
EX
Fireball
Fireball
coming
just
to
needs some space. So does Macho. But just
Wait,
gets
what did the
hit
EX
by a
Fireball?
fireball and lands
Macho!
L. Macho takes SSS week number 2 online.
Damn.
Congrats to
That's a breakdown by
Macho.
Macho. Or that's a breakdown by Monarch. Macho, though. Again, like you said, he's a man that's played many games. He's a man that's been in the toppest of tournaments. And it's no surprise that he would keep that stamina, keep that energy all the way up to the end of this one.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. He had to find his composure. He seemed pretty shaky by the end of that first set, but by the second set, he found the composure, had the pace, and was able to tough it out. Yeah, Lance mirrors are definitely, they could be very exhausting. So
yeah, especially an extended set like that. I mean, that was a long run for both players, and they had already played a 3-2 set of that matchup.
Yeah. Did that go 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, and like all the sets? Oh, no, that was
3-2, 3-2, 3-1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The end of 3-1.
Good stuff. We had the invasion of the Lances this.
Good stuff to all of our players. Thanks again to everyone who did tune in, who turned out. Of course, we'll be running this next week again. The SSS online, I intend to run it mostly weekly, but please, stay tuned to the Twitter account. You can check out the socials here in case I have to take a week off. We may have some other events coming up that'll occupy that same time frame, so stay tuned for an announcement on those. Of course, we do have the Matcherino every week. The string will pretty much always be the same as the shortcut link for the tournament. So thanks to everyone who donated this week to give a little bit of gas money for when Macho is allowed to leave the house again. And of course, you can pick up our sweet shirt, phone case, more, this art by Quasimodo X at teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. And next week, Reg is now available for the next SSS Online. We are going to be adding BB Tag. The start time is tentatively 5 p.m. for BB Tag. However, it'll just be starting, whenever Granblue ends. We'll go ahead and transfer over to BB Tag. So if you're interested in signing up for that, please check that out. We'll be running both games next week. Again, thanks to Zach in a Box and St. Cola, who helped me hold things down this week. We'll be back probably with another, either Tuesday or Thursday, another just stream casual lobby some point during the week. And then the stream for SSS Online, the actual tournament, will be back on Saturday. So it's about all we have for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go play some Resident Evil. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night.
See you guys.